Look at that. No problems today. Holy shit. What's up, YouTube? It's Sunday. It's 11:12 a.m. I'm Artisan MC, and this is Shop Talk Live. Thank you guys for coming through today on a Sunday. Appreciate you. See who in this motherfucker real quick. It's not really large. Not really large, but that goes to some of the things I'm gonna talk about today. Shout out to the Malika Me Bang. What's good, Malika? The early bird in the building. Said peace, love, the artisan and the geek elite. Appreciate you, Malika. Shout out to the number one wrench, Aquateki. What's good, Aquateki? Said geek elite assembled. Definitely so. And y'all let me know if y'all getting alerts to this shit. Let me know because I can get the alerts on the backup channel. I do not get the alerts from the backup channel from this channel. So I'm just running that check. Shout out to BTM, Toya the Tutor, saying hit the like before everybody. She said everybody. She's getting her grammar right now, ain't she? What's up, Toya? Shout out to the Joe Herb and Scorpio brother. He said peace, artisan. What's up, Herb? I saw somebody yesterday, Herb. You might be interested in knowing about. Would be interesting. I'll share it. I'll share it in a bit. And what up, UYP Studio? He said, "What's good, artisan?" Said, what's good? Excuse me. What's good, Studio? It's another day on the top of the earth, and not underneath it. So, we got a bunch of trailers to go over today, and some personal stuff. Aquateki said he got alerts from both channels. Yeah, because you're faithful. You one of them faithful viewers, man. But thank you for that. So I know that they're actually going out. It seems to me that on YouTube, your alerts is like audience versus your subs is like 10%. It's like a 10% thing. It should be like the 10% thing, unless you suck. So in which case, I'm supposed to believe I should understand that I suck at doing this. So something has to change, or I need to shut that shit down. What up, package man? No one in the building. Says sup, sup. No one. Hope you out there getting it in. I was just about to share this on another social media platform, meaning if I want this channel to grow, I'm going to have to start doing stuff that I don't want to do. What is this? How is this even being posted on Instagram? What the fuck? What a fancy meme. Yes. Old as me. Fuck around and find out. I'll say that for later. They say that's going in this bank. All right, let me share this real quick on the Instagram. Just because I realize I got to do some shit differently. And I've known that for a while. It's just when you can make changes and when you cannot make changes. So. And my homeboy Sleep was hitting me up about the show today because he got a bunch of ideas for stuff that he want to do. I had to tell him that my show ain't really about that. But more power to you. What is this one about? Trailer streams and things. So yesterday was a special day. And what was special about the day was it was the grandbaby's birthday party. Okay. It's a grandbaby's birthday party. And I made sure I was off work, didn't cover for anybody. Pretty ass. And hold on, yeah. All right. Now we can get back to the regular schedule. Bullshit. It just disappears. It just disappears. Like you don't know where it went, but it's gone. Motherfuckers is fishing. All right. So, sorry about that. So, yesterday was grandbaby's birthday. So, I drove for an hour and 20 something minutes way the fuck out. And this will relate to some geek shit. So, for all y'all who get antsy because I don't get to the geek shit right away, learn some fucking patience. I'm not a millennial. I'm not a Z. I'm an Xer. Since I've been looking at my demographics, I know the age group that I'm talking to. So everybody in here is probably 35 and up. So you should have a little bit more patience. So drove for an hour or so out there, got to see the baby girl, a little rainbow. And she was dressed up. Her and her mom was dressed up in this Seabrook cheerleader outfit stuff, which I thought was fun. I'm black. We don't do a lot of dressing up, but you know, it was fun to see her. And I had to ask my son, like, what is this show? What's the cheerleader outfits for? He said, oh, it's for the zombie show. I'm like, what zombie show? And he told me it's zombies on Netflix or something like that. Seabrook, Seabrook Shrimps, whatever the fuck it was. And the show is called Zombie. And then he had told me about the show before, but I hadn't made the connection that the little rainbow really likes that show. She really likes that show. So that was her theme for her birthday party. It was the little zombie theme. And so the show was on when we got there. We just all the adults would start standing there looking at the TV and watching this damn zombie show, which is kind of like zombies mixed with High School Musical and shit, because they singing and dancing and all the rest of this shit. But the funny part about it, which got me interested in even looking at the shit, was my son was telling me. He said, "Yeah, this is the show I was telling you about. How the zombies are like the minorities because they live in these little crappy towns and stuff like that, and they're just now trying to integrate into the rest of this high school and stuff like that. So they getting a lot of that you a minority shit, and we can't associate with them. They're lower class and all the rest of this stuff." I'm like, wow, that's some interesting shit going on here. But it got funnier because my son was saying he knows all the songs. Him and his girl was complaining about they know all the songs. They have to play all the songs for her shit, for the grandbaby and stuff. And I'm just sitting there giggling. It's like, yeah, like I know all them Land Before Time songs. How many times did I see The Lion King? So many I don't even watch that shit anymore. like, like it's payback. My daughter, how many times did I see High School Musical? How many times? All these little shows that they watched at the time. I said, that's just the parenthood thing, man. You gotta watch what your kids watching, so you know what's going into their damn head, so you can counteract that shit. Because everything else out here is gonna try to fuck up your programming for your kid. Everything else out here is designed to do that. Yeah, zombie segregation, Malika. That's what it is. It's kind of funny in that way. So it got more funny when my mother showed up. Right, my mom showed up, and she showed up with the ex-wifey. Right, they rode together, and when she came over and sat down with me and we were talking and stuff like that, she was wondering like, "What's this show?" And I told her what the show was, and she started looking at it too. Right, my mother got the critical eye too. Right, and she watched it and said, "Oh, so all the zombies is white?" I was like, "Yeah, pretty much." Like some of them aren't. There was an Asian one because he could do the tutting. And there's a little black one, a little sassy black one who was mad and wanted to fight for representation and all that shit. I'm like, dude, this is what they call formulaic, right? For today's modern audience. But the main ones was, white folks, little Jewish kids. It doesn't matter to me, but it was like, damn, this is interesting. But you have to watch it. We got drawn into it. I was really watching this shit. I was really watching this shit. Like, what is going on in this show? Oh, homeboy, good. He got some good backflips, right? Fucking did a whole layout. That's cool. Why aren't you in the Olympics, man? We need a team. And it was hilarious in a sense watching it because little grandbaby was there enjoying the shit. Right. This is some of the shows that she watches, that she likes the songs for. Now it was too loud in the house with people talking and stuff like that to hear all the songs. But her and her little friend really enjoyed that shit. Really did enjoy that shit. So I thought it was pretty funny. Now where this gets into the geek stuff is that outside of grandbaby having a very good birthday, she had a really good birthday party. That was really cool. And being out there at her grandmother's house, not my mother's, but her maternal grandmother, right? So her mom's house was nice. They just got it, nice big house, a lot of land and stuff like that. Like awesome, awesome shit, right? It was a good party. Um, the cast of characters that came through there were nice. It was like a good, diverse group of people, which you wouldn't expect, and just love. It was just love in the building. So that was good. It was good to see that, and I was really happy that my son and his girl have a family that seems to actually accept them fully. That they can be there, be happy, have their child, have their family, and be supported. And they're making their plans to go over to Europe and Rome and Italy, and they're gonna take the baby. And I'm like, hell yes. Only thing I'm pissed off about is nobody bothered to tell me about that shit. But that has to do with the women that's involved in the process, namely my mama. But it's good. It's a good thing. So one of the other cast of characters that showed up, if you guys are watching Instagram, was this gentleman right here. Let's see if it focuses. Let's see if it focuses. There we go. That's me in a Black Bane. So Black Bane showed up because I told you guys before that Black Bane is a real person. He is my son's stepfather, and we cool. So he is a grandfather like I'm a grandfather, right? Now he lives closer, so he gets to see them, more often. So it's more connective tissue between him and the friends and the siblings and stuff like that. I don't get to see him that often because I'm not out there like that. So for my own personal shit, it stings a little, but it's just what the fuck it is. It's just what the hell it is, right? But me and Bane had a good conversation. That motherfucker got me smoking a cigar that day because Black Bane smokes cigars now, and he came in there. We was talking movies and stuff like that with my mother for a minute, and I got a good laugh on asking him what he thought about Indiana Jones 5 after me and my mother were talking about it. And I told her, just watch his face. Just watch his face when I ask him this question. And sure enough, he came over there and said, Bang, Sam, look at my mom in the face. Just look at her and I'm going to ask you a question. And I asked What did you think of Indiana Jones 5? That motherfucker was like, oh, he couldn't even look at her. He couldn't look at her. Shit was hilarious. Because my mother couldn't watch that shit either. She tried to. She couldn't. She said she couldn't sit there. She was moving around and doing some other shit. Maybe she wasn't paying attention to it. It wasn't really making any sense. I said, no, it actually made sense. That what you're describing actually did make sense. That it sucked. But it was funny. Had a good conversation with moms about some movies and shows and whatnot. And one of the things that caught me was funny. And this is where it circles back to geekdom. Right. Now, my mother, for the earlier part of my life, wasn't into what I was into. Didn't like the stuff that I like. Didn't watch the anime. Didn't watch video. Didn't like the video games and stuff necessarily. I mean, she bought us our system, right? She was the one who bought us the Atari system, first Atari, 2600. She was the one who bought us the Nintendo NES. The first NES system. She bought that stuff because it was the new thing, and she likes to be, an early adopter in a way. And he wanted us to do something to stop bothering her ass. Right. So, this is how Gen Xers got into video games and shit. So she gets all of that stuff, but she was never really into it. Right. But it was funny a bunch of years ago. I was teasing her about the fact that she plays a lot of games on her phone now. Right. She started with casino games because she likes going to the casino. She started with casino games, and now she was talking about she has, while we were watching the show, the grandbaby show, she's talking about that, oh, she has zombies in the game that she's playing. I'm like, what fucking game you playing with zombies in it? A video game? What are you talking about, mama? Now, I understand that this is a retired woman now. She's retired. She did her 30 plus years at a company. She has retired. She has a house. She has her dogs, and she's just there doing her shit. And when the conversation swung away from video games and we were talking about movies and stuff like that, she was talking about asking me if I had seen the show. And the show was called it was on Hulu. And the show was called Scavenger Rain. Now she was raving about it. And my son's stepbrother, Donnie, he was like, "Oh, you're watching that too? Thank God!" Because my son was like, "Yeah, Donnie was just trying to tell me about that shit, right?" And Donnie is a geek. Donnie is fun as fuck. He likes magic. He likes anime. He likes his pops. He fun as shit. As soon as he saw me, he was like, "So, did you bring your magic cards?" I was like, "I don't have any magic cards with me right now. I don't know why I forgot my fucking cards. I don't know why I forgot my cards. I knew as soon as I showed up, I didn't even think about Donnie being there, but I knew as soon as I showed up, uh, my son, his stepson, Donnie, everybody want to play Magic with me. So I should have brought my fucking Magic cards. I forgot, did not bring them. So that's faux pas on me. But that's what he wanted to do. So, but when my son started talking about this anime with me and my mother, he was like, "Yeah, Donnie was just telling me about that." And we called Donnie over. He said, "Scavenger Rain? Yes, it's awesome." And Donnie was so animated about this show that he was just trying to get my son to watch the show. My son hadn't watched it. My mother's trying to get me to watch it. I haven't watched it. So this episode of this show, this is going to be a bit of a trailer show because there's a bunch of trailers that we need to actually go over, break down, and look at. So the interesting part about this was that my mother watch this movie, and this movie is animated. It's an animated movie. And I was kind of taken back by that for a second. It's like, "Whoa, what you doing watching anime, mama?" Like, yeah, I could take you. I know. I usually always have one deck. I usually always have one deck with me in the car, but I didn't take my jump bag with me. I just moved. I pulled my jump bag out of my car because I was moving shit. My jump bag was here, and I forgot to put it back in the car. And if it was in the car, I would have had a deck on deck, legitimately. So they got into a whole game. I didn't get that. I didn't get to play in the game. But me and Bane was outside having a good conversation. It was basically like the grandfather's club outside. So we was outside smoking cigars and talking shit. Talking grown man shit while everybody was inside. Then it was interesting the way that the two of us went outside to smoke cigars, and it was funny because Bane said, "You smoke cigars?" I said, "I can't today." Right, and I had to tell him I smoked cigars a long time ago. Long time ago. I stopped smoking cigars when my son was like 2, 3, somewhere around that time, and my son is 30 now. I smoked cigars years ago. I hadn't been there and done that already. But I don't mind a good cigar. And the one he gave me, this little chocolate smelling motherfucker, little cigarillo. Oh my God. That was so good. I had two of them bitches. I still smell it. I still smell it right now on my fingers. I can smoke a cigar. I smoked before. But the funny part is my mother has never seen me smoke. Mother has never seen me smoke. And I was conscious when grandbaby came outside because as soon as the only two black men went outside to smoke a cigarette. Everybody gravitated outside. Well, three, my son was there too. But everybody gravitated outside to see what the fuck we was doing outside. Like, just smoking. And then I had to sit there and watch my son, puff on his vape and shit like that. Here we go. You still with that shit? Anyway. But it's all grown man shit. It's all grown men. So we was outside smoking. My son was out there vaping. Him and his friends was out there talking. And everybody tended to gravitate outside to where we were. It's just a funny thing. Funny thing with black folks, right? Keep a house deck, a work deck, a car deck. I keep a couple decks. I still got all my magic cards in my fucking living room. I have boxes of these bitches. Boxes. They still there. I don't have a deck around me right now, but I usually do. And I should have, since what I wasn't thinking about showing up to this party outside of my ex-wife was Ford. Ford showed up. Ford and his wife Lauren. If y'all remember, I missed Ford's wedding. I got the date wrong. I was at work and I was on a live stream with y'all when the wedding happened and I wasn't there. And everybody was kind of pissy about that. But they didn't show up pissy. It was kind of good. But I take that to be everybody put their shit aside for a day. No one, you want me to tell you what it is? And I will put this down there for all the feminists, or at least the B-dubs who say, feminist-minded B-dubs who say that black men don't do anything. That every movement started with them. People pay attention when black men is away and not doing shit. Everybody pays attention. They can't help it. Because we are the ones who actually get shit started and get shit going. That's what happens. That's why they can't help it. Women, men, some black men over there, they're either going to be scared or they need to be close to find out what the fuck is going on. You know what that means? We the sharks in this bitch. We the great white sharks in this ocean. When we move, people want to get out the way or get in our slipstream. Something's about to happen. And yeah, Aquatechie, honestly, I miss Ford too. I do miss Ford. Ford is like my son to me. So I do miss Ford. And seeing him yesterday was good, but we still have some shit we need to work out about missing his wedding and stuff like that. Because I have not talked to him since his last day of work at the shop. I have not talked to him since then. And that's been years. So his wife was in there. She looked a little salty on her face from seeing me. I don't know what the fuck she's salty about. Outside of I didn't show up for the wedding, and it might have made her husband feel some kind of way, but it wasn't done to spite them. It wasn't done intentionally at all. I thought I was good. I thought it was the next week. That's why I was at work that week. My mistake. It was not personal. It's personal to them. It was not personal to me. It was a legitimate fucking accident because I wanted to be there to see that. I approved of Lauren. She's smart. She got her master's in psychology and stuff like that. And Ford is kind of a dumbass sometimes, but she liked him. She cute. Man, get that shit together. I was all for that shit. That's why I wanted to be there to see Ford get married because I know Ford struggles in dating and the people that he's been with and how that shit turned out. I wanted to see him win. To me, that was him winning, getting a chick that was really into him. So that was his wedding was not something I wanted to miss anymore than I want to miss my son or my daughter's wedding. No, I wouldn't do some shit like that. But seeing him yesterday was good. He was playing Magic with my son and Donnie and Jakey, and I would have loved to get on the table and play with them because they had some shit going on. But I was outside talking with Sam with the other grown men, the other grandfathers. So funny part is that he looks like Mario from Mario Brothers now. He does. He looked like a grown ass man now. In the way that it's good that he got married. He'd be out there looking like that trying to catch another chick, nigga. No. That's not the good look. He got the handlebar mustache and bald because he cut all his hair off because, little Gerber baby. He got that early receding hairline. He just cut the shit all off. So he looked like a testicle with a mustache and glasses. I was like, dude, you look like Mario. You look like Mario. It's me, the 40. Teasing him. But his wife, Lauren, said he looks like Dr. Robotnik. And that's for their generation because they're about the same age and don't look like. Yeah, he does look like Robotnik. I was dying. That shit was fun. That part was fun. That shit was fun. And ex-wifey was there, and ex-wifey didn't look too bad either. I think she was shocked or pissed off. I don't know. Either way. She had fucking text me earlier if I was going, and I didn't answer her text because I'm like, I don't have to. I don't think I need to clear this with somebody. And I don't think I need to give you a warning if I'm showing up to my own granddaughters, my biological granddaughters. Hey, I don't need to tell nobody about that shit. Talk to my son, and I talked to her mama. Fuck do I need to tell you for? Why are you showing up? I mean, technically, it's biologically not your goddamn kid. That means it biologically ain't your grandchild. Fuck you showing up for? To take my mama? Why are you showing up to take my mama somewhere? Don't you got a stepmama now? Or a new mother-in-law now? I don't know. She did look cute. You can't help it. Ex-wife is still attractive to me. Can't help that shit. I still think she got a boob job, but she's still attractive to me. Sue me, nigga. But she had to stand there looking a little dressed down, and I was looking like I'm looking now. $100 smelling good. Gotta feel some kind of way. Maybe it was something on both sides. Yeah, Dr. Robotnik. He did look like Dr. Robotnik, like a motherfucker. Aquatech. As soon as his wife Lauren said that shit, I start like howling, like, yep. That's exactly what he is. Because his dad looks like Jim Carrey. So that totally fucking works. his ass is gonna be Robotnik from now on. He patched this bullshit up and I talked to him. I was like, how's Robotnik? What's Robotnik working on? So yeah, I do miss Ford. I get over shit, but I don't forget. I forgive, I don't forget. I can forgive for the bullshit that he did, but I ain't gonna forget the shit. And it don't mean I'm gonna hold it over his head either. It's just like, don't be talking squirrely to me about nothing. Because there's a whole cannon back here loaded for your ass. So don't fuck around. So anyway, got to the point. My mother is actually watching anime right now, and I couldn't believe that shit. She wasn't approving of me watching anime or playing video games, and now she do both of the motherfuckers now. So she's asking me about all these shows, and I'm telling her, Mama, I don't have time to watch series all day. You fucking retire. She can finish a series in a day. I gotta space that shit out over a couple of weeks, especially if they drop all the episodes at once. It's like I don't get to sit down and just binge on shit. I'm still out here working and stuff, so I had to get to it in my time. So I'm gonna bring up this first trailer. Like, share, subscribe, support the stream if you feel so inclined, and I will get back to the support who did, who didn't, how many, and some other shit I got on my plate today. But let's get to this first one. Fair use, fair use, fair use. I'm gonna bring this up. And this is Scavenger's Reign on Max. So let's get some crap up over it. And let's see what this is about, because she's good about asking me about it, but I don't know what this stuff is about. So I'm watching the trailer the same time you guys are watching the trailer, because I couldn't pull it up on my phone to put it in my queue. So I'm going to watch this shit now. Let's go.
This is Ozzy Nareen of the Demeter 227. I am seeking rescue. Is anybody out there?
Looks pretty good. It's an original, huh?
Truth be told, I always thought I would die somewhere far away from home. But we're not just responsible for ourselves here.
Well, I hope you brought some comfortable shoes, Levi.
No, I don't have shoes.
This place. Nothing really makes sense. It's like a puzzle.
We just can't help the instinct to give meaning to things we don't understand. Oh God, I think there's something out there.
Ursula, get your knife out.
Nothing is safe out here.
I think there's more to this planet than we realize.
The world shares things with me, things that are far beyond what's right in front of me. Your time is short.
What's happening to me?
You're so close.
This is Ozzy Nareen of the Planetary Friendship.
This looks like some old school Lady Cat, 1980s animation.
If anyone is hearing this, I need rescue now. Now, please. Please.
All right. Well, that looked promising. That shit looked promising. Yeah, Herb, it was some nice animation in that. And what it brought me back to was early 80s animation. And one of the ones I remember is Eyes of Mars. Yeah, I believe it was Eyes of Mars and Lily Cat. It looks like that animation from the 80s. I can't remember the company that it was right now. But that shit looked actually cool. I would watch that. I'd watch that. That's going on my list. There's also a bit of mommy and shit involved with that. So You got to check them when they do that. What are you talking about, Lion? I missed the context of when you put that in. Just catch me up to what you were talking about real quick. What up, Trigger Man? BMT in the building. What's good with you? You say you and your wife are watching this. Is that the show or the? Oh, you're watching the Scavenger's Reign. Okay, cool. You can tell me how it is. You said there's a prequel show to this. Put the prequel show in the chat so I can find out what it is. Look at no one like, oh, I'm watching this. Yeah, that should look good. When they were what Donnie and my mother were describing to me sounded like some old school Miyazaki shit. Because what Donnie was describing is about how they got the little glow balls and how they had to cut open this animal and walked inside this animal and was cutting out these organs and stuff like that to get these balls to come out of the animal, but the animal wasn't dead. It just healed up. And then they're using these balls to light their way. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like, this sounds like some mystical, spiritual animal shit out of Miyazaki movie. I'm like, damn, I'm down. What the fuck is this? I'm interested. I'm curious because it sounds really imaginative, right? That was the first time seeing the trailer. I'd watch that. I'm curious. I'm so curious about that. I'd watch it. What up, Solar Seeds? He said, I appreciate anime like this. I do too. That's imaginative. That's imaginative. That's the thing. If the story holds together, doesn't matter how great the special effects was. That's the problem with a lot of the stuff now that you see. Like, I heard commentary yesterday about Godzilla -1 from Toei, right? And how Godzilla -1 is great, but they only spent $15 million on it and took it back to a bit of practical effects, which Toei is known for. I'm like, cool. But if they only cost them $15 million to make, and they clean it up at the box office right now, what's the problem with some of these big budget movies spending hundreds of millions of dollars and not even making that shit back? What's the difference? The difference is some people believe throwing more money at something makes it better. It doesn't. You have to improve your quality of your product first to justify the more money. This is why Robert Rodriguez has a directing career, because he brings in movies that actually make money and they don't cost a lot to make. That's how you make money. Especially on something you produce and sell to other people. I'm not saying you have to be cheap, but you don't have to blow the budget and put it so astronomically high that there's no way you're gonna make that shit off the product you put out because the quality is not there. So yeah, this with the animation, the animation doesn't look like it was fully CG'd and all the rest of that shit, but the story looks interesting enough. Like, I don't even fuck about that. I want to see what the story is. I'm curious because it looked like some murder mystery and zombies and people turned into plants and shit. Like, oh my god, I need to see what's going on. So yeah, like Sora Seed is saying, I appreciate animes like that. I will watch that because that's looking damn near nostalgic for me. He said, it is sick. Aquateki is very interesting. Greetings. Oh yeah, no one. Yeah, you know me like Black Bane knowing me. Like, it got some psychological shit in there. Oh yeah, I'm into that too. I'm deeply into that. I need some psychological drama, man. Yeah, explosions is good, but I need some psychological drama. What is the issue? I was referring to when you were talking about women flocking to where men congregate. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Lyle. You are right, sir. And you wanted me to review something too, because you put it on Instagram, and I'm forgetting what it is at the moment. So put it in the chat so I can make sure I get to it if it's not one of these ones I got queued up here. It's a Miyazaki mixed with some Asimov. Shit, no one. That makes it really on my list. I love me some Miyazaki. I can raise my kids on some Miyazaki. My son loved Princess Mononoke because I introduced his ass to it. That's like his whole shit. My grandbaby got Princess Mononoke stuff all over her house. That's that wolf shit. That's what him and his girl love. So, yeah, Miyazaki will get me. Old school Disney will get me before they start fucking it up. And that's Walt Disney, not Disney Company. Walt Disney. Walt had vision. Disney Company ain't got no vision. Marvel's cost $270 million. It's a Disney. Sought $300 million on it. Yeah. I bet if y'all look at the numbers for that shit, because I haven't bothered looking at Box Office Mojo because I don't worry about the numbers. I'm worried about the quality of what's produced. I don't give a fuck about the money, the price tag necessarily. But if you look at Box Office Mojo, I bet Godzilla -1 made more than that in its opening weekend. Well, it made about that, I'm guessing. Somewhere close. Say 70 million maybe. But they got a better return. What I'm getting at is they got a better return on what they produced on the opening weekend than Marvel's got on the opening weekend. Even though I didn't think the Marvels was that bad, I told y'all way back in February that was probably going to be dead on arrival too. Just like Dial of Destiny, dead on arrival. That shit was not making no money. The hate was too strong and out early on that shit. There was no way it was going to make money. No fucking way. Even with two characters that ain't did shit to you. It wasn't going to make money. Yeah, space pioneering, you gotta have imagination and know somebody gonna get alien prego. Yeah, somebody, look, I saw that tentacle come up with the little things. I was like, oops, somebody getting tentacle. Somebody getting the tentacle. Ouch. It was some interesting shit. Like, it looked like that, and that's the other one it looked like. It looked like Nausicaa. That's what the other thing it looks like. It looks like Nausicaa, which is some Miyazaki shit, right? Look like Nausicaa Valley of the Wind. Look like some of that shit. Some really creative space alien planet shit where you can actually use your imagination. Like, everything doesn't have to actually work the same way it works on Earth. You know that, right? So we can just have some fun with this shit. All the little creatures and stuff like that scuttling around. That's what marketing toys and plushies and shit is made for. Being creative. Yeah, Godzilla -1. Okay, thanks, Lion. Yeah, because I have to go see that today. I'm going to go see Godzilla -1 today. I stopped when I came back from the birthday party. I stopped by the theater to see the next time it was showing, and it was 10:30, and it was just 9:30. I didn't feel like sitting around for another hour to wait to go to the movies and sitting there for 2 hours. I wanted to go to bed. I was tired. So I'm going to see that today after this. After this, I will go see Godzilla. So you'll look for the review on that, reaction review on that one. I would low-key want to know what alien poem like. Oh, man. You said you were going to see it today. Yes, I just said it again, too. I had to hit you up because I just came from seeing it. It was damn good. That's what I keep hearing, man. That's what I keep hearing, that it was damn good. And I have to say, I didn't mind King of the Monsters, Godzilla King of the Monsters, or Godzilla versus Kong for two reasons. I don't mind Legendary Pictures. I like King of Monsters because I like seeing Godzilla and him having a little bit of personality to his ass with dealing with them damn human beings. And I like seeing the monsters. I did. Seeing Mothra, Rodan, and all of them, that shit looked awesome to me. It looked awesome. Yeah, it's all CG, but I'm fine with that. I grew up on the old school man in a rubber suit Godzilla, so I don't have a problem with it, switching medium a little bit, right? If it looks good. Godzilla versus Kong took that shit in a little different way. I did have some issues with some of the stuff in it, but I like monster fights. I like a good, kaiju kickdown. Okay, it's not that big of a deal. Even though that main scene looked like some shit ripped out of Evangelion, I like Evangelion too, so I don't have a problem with that. So this one is just another Godzilla movie. It's from a different studio, the studio that created the damn character. So it should be awesome. It should be awesome. So I'm looking forward to seeing it because from what I'm hearing, it's a mix of practical effects and CG, which I enjoy. I grew up on practical effects. I like practical effects. That gives the people in your creature shops and stuff like that work, your costume design people work, and you can give your CG people some work too. And a little less than they usually have with having to CG the whole fucking movie. Okay. I like practical stuff, it makes it more believable. I don't want an all CG movie. It's not interesting to me. Even though the Avatar is an all CG movie, pretty much. Most of the shit is practical. Yeah, and Kong Skull Island was good too. Those fights were good because he was beating the shit out of them damn things. He had to because they was coming for him. So I'm looking forward to seeing this movie. I was planning to go see it Wednesday night before I was on call on Thursday. But once I had dinner, had my beer, I was ready to go home. It's been a lot of long nights back to back, and I have needed my rest. Not the old Negro yet, but I needed my rest. A lot of late nights. So what line is saying it's made 34 million worldwide. So you know what that means? It already made back the money they spent on making it and made a profit. Already made a profit. That's what it's about. It's not about how much money you throw into it. That's chick thinking. Oh, just think more money. Oh, do better. Do better with what you got. Told y'all. That's why I believe black folks are the most creative, because we're the ones who are the brokest. And we have to create on having less, not having more. You name me one person who's had more that's really fucking creative. They're not, because they don't think creatively. Desperate times make you get more fucking creative. Little Morbius style too. We'll see. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. I'm looking forward to actually seeing that. I think we like the effects they use. Atomic. That's what everybody keep talking about, the atomic breath. And I got to see this shit. Excuse me. Everything is pure profit after this point. Yeah, that's the point, Aquatechy. If you keep the bar low on how much you spend and turn out some good quality, if you keep the quality up, the bar low on what you spend, put the product out there, it makes that money back. Everything after that is profit. This movie gonna be out from now until ever. It ain't nothing but profit now. It is done. It's done what it needed to do. It made the money back and doubled up. Everything is profit now. And the good word of mouth is getting, you think it's about to go down? It's not about to have a drop off. No, sir. Shit. And not that big. I'm a little burned out on King Kong. I'm going to try to catch the new Nicolas Cafe flick Dream Scenario just to see the difference from all the Dream movies. I'm not burned out of King Kong. King Kong was never my favorite. I always like Godzilla a little bit more. I don't actually have a reason into why outside of I grew up on Ultraman. I grew up on Godzilla. King Kong looked kind of shitty looking. It just did. The old school costumes looked like shit. But I knew who King Kong was. I just put them all in the same group of monsters because that's what they were. They were all monsters. I just like Godzilla more. I just did. Appreciate you, BMT, for supporting the stream. Nobody saw Jerry Curly Negro and Latin Alien blow up $1 trillion death laser ball with some teddy bear midgets. We made history in sci-fi. Jerry Curly Negro and Latin Alien blow up $1 trillion death. I know what you're talking about. Return to the Jedi. You ain't shit, dude. Why you see you say it like that? you. I don't even think he was Latin. I think he was Italian. Colt 45 and his homeboy rolling through the galaxy in the Millennium Falcon. Have no fear, Lando is here to blow up this ball. What up, Elongo? The Savage is in the building. Appreciate you, BMT. I will give you that 3B salute. Y'all support the stream, please. I know it's Christmas time. I do like presents too. Appreciate it. While I'm at it, the first one, which was the next one, which was the first one, goes out to Malika Me Bane for supporting the stream. He was supporting the stream earlier. I think this was Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. Malika said, peace and love to you and the Geek Elite family. Appreciate you, Malika. And I will give you a 3B salute. Appreciate you, Malika. Next one goes out to the Aquatechie, just dropping on it. Appreciate you, Aquatechie, the number one wrench. I will give you that 3B salute. Appreciate you, Aquatechie. So I am looking for 15 contributors today. If I don't get that, I will shut the show down after a while, because no one should work for free. This is not slavery. Shout out to Darren Anderson. Appreciate you, Darren. Darian. I will give you that 3B salute. Appreciate All right, so this next trailer, Rainfire say Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino are cool with each other because they started low budget indie but blew up off of good action and different stories. Exactly. And they can produce, Robert Rodriguez can produce a movie quick. If you heard my rant going on about Robert Rodriguez, why I don't hate on him and how quickly he can turn around and make a movie on little or nothing. The only thing I forgot to say was that the motherfucker can do craft services too, because he can cook. Everything in-house for him. Everything is in-house. He try to make a movie quick. Get that shit done quick. And it makes huge returns. Even if you didn't like the movie, it makes huge returns because he didn't spend a bunch of money making it. They ain't shitty movies. From Dusk Till Dawn is a classic. El Mariachi or Desperado is a classic. Reservoir Dogs is a classic. None of the movies cost a lot of money to make, but they made a shitload of money still. It's the way you do it. You don't blow the budget. You blow the budget when you don't know what the fuck you doing. It just happened you got the credit card from daddy and then produce shit. And from what you're hearing from the Marvels, you produce shit for extra money that you end up throwing away. Like, oh, if you spent $50 million on these reshoots, you don't get to cut those. You do not get to cut those out for nothing. We just spent a bunch of money on these. Oh, hell no. You better figure out your fucking story. Anyway, next trailer comes from my boy Steven. my OFD. He wanted me to look at this because he thought it was a good trailer, and I don't have a problem doing these. This one is on Prime, Amazon Prime, and this is from a franchise I'll just bring it up. I shouldn't actually spoil it. Let's bring it up and see what it is. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do a little bit of that. And if you're watching, let's do that. And why is this? There we go. If you're watching, you see what this is? See what that is? Let's be an asshole. See what that is? That's a like. Can you see that shit? See that? See how easy that shit is? Oh my God. They don't even know me. They don't even watch my show. I already dropped a like on that shit. I didn't even watch the trailer yet. So here we go.
I know that I've lived a relatively comfortable life.
And yes, I usually watch everything with subtitles. Anime training.
Lucy!
Now, Jonathan Nolan doing this makes it
You
interesting.
need to go home. Vault dwellers are an
One of the
endangered
Nolan books.
species. I do not think you would be willing to do what it takes to survive up here. If you insist on staying, then you will have to adapt.
Uh-huh.
Go behind the boys. So what does that mean? Like the tech, ospreys, realism. Oh, we got a brother in here.
Tomorrow, so they say, will be a lovely day.
Hey, it's Buddy.
A bright new sun will suddenly break through. But I don't want to see tomorrow unless I see it with you.
Mm. And grab the moldy one.
You there?
I don't want to see tomorrow. I
That's some epic shit. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. So that was the trailer for. Well, like I said, okay, my interest is peaked. Very cerebral, brother. Very cerebral. Like I say, low and under budget movies, well produced, well written, well acted, and directed. Yes, that's what Robert Rodriguez and Quentin do. That's it. That's what they do. Interesting characters, even if they in one room talking, you're still interested in what the characters are doing, what's going on with them. I was hoping they would stay on the monster universe after Tom Cruise did The Mummy. We could have done so much for the wolf vampire to zombie blood levels. Yeah, I didn't mind the monster verse. I didn't give a shit about The Mummy not being that good. They could have fixed it in the second movie, especially with Tom Cruise in it, right? It looks stupid for doing that because his movies after that made a shitload of money. So it's probably the direction from the people that was behind The Mummy that made that movie suck more. Maybe they didn't like the chick. That chick. Every time she's in a movie, everybody wants to shit can that movie for some reason. I don't get it. So I'm really going to see what happens with her in the Rebel Moon movie because she's the lead in that Rebel Moon shit. She was she was the mummy in the Mummy shit. So I don't know why people was all pissed off. But I did like the MonsterVerse because I did want to see what's his name? That was Dracula Untold. I did like him as Dracula. I really did like him as Dracula. I wanted to see a MonsterVerse with him as Dracula, the Mummy, and the rest of that stuff coming in. I would have been really interested in that. And they walked away from it too damn quick. Too damn quick. Shout out to Rainfire Designs. Appreciate you, Rainfire, for supporting the stream. Damn, I almost really suck. That's 3 people or 4 people. I must suck. Angry Man was right. Shout out to Rainfire Designs. He said, blowing some of that emergency jewelry money. They making me keep drug dealer hours again. Shit. Shout out to Rainfire Design for the laugh. I will give you the guts and butts for the drug dealer hours. Appreciate you, Rainfire.
Tell me what? 3 or 4 times I ain't telling no lies. Running up. Never let a hard time on the
That must be what I do because I be keeping some late hours and I'm constantly on that on that working block. Anyway, let's get on to the commentary for the last trailer. What was it? Like I said, my interest is peaked. Yeah, my interest is peaked too. So it's based on the video game series Fallout. Yep, Aquateki is based on the Fallout. Look, PMT knew. That's Fallout then. So here's the thing with Fallout. I have a couple of Fallout games that I got from Zach's friend that was in Japan. He worked for Sony. And he sent back a box of fucking video games sealed. There's a bunch of games in there. I took a couple. I got to have a couple. I never played that shit. Never played them. The games are sitting there. I've never played them. They're still sealed. Never played them. Why? I was playing other shit. I don't usually have a lot of time to keep cycling through video games that damn quick. That's why I'm still playing Skyrim when I get a chance to. I don't have that kind of time that I can just play it and then it's done and then I moved on to the next game. That's not how I consume shit like that. I just can't. So when the trailer came up and Steven passed the trailer off to me, I don't know the game. I don't. But for a time, for me, all these games were looking the fucking same. Halo, Borderlands, Fallout, what was it? Modern Warfare. All this shit looked the fucking same. It's just a first-person shooter to me. It took like 4 trying to tell me, no, it really has a story. I said, damn, it has a story? What's the story? Tell me the story. Because it's all looking the same to me. I like a variety of games, not the same game reskinned with some different people in different places the whole time. It doesn't get me. But this looks interesting. It does look like some dystopian Mad Max after the fall atomic winter game. But damn, how many of them are there like that? How many? Okay, it doesn't look as cartoony as Borderlands, but the rest of the shit looks the same. So, at least from this trailer, live action, that looks interesting. I want to see what's going on in there. We got bugs and, radiation fallout and mutated people and shit. Like, oh, fuck. What the hell is going on here? Okay, I'll check it out. Yeah, it does look dope. It does look dope. It looks like it's going to be some hellified action, and that's what I would want from that. You're huge. Well, it got guns in it. I know you're a huge fan. What is that saying? That's like saying water's wet. It makes you fool. Like, come on, man. That is Fallout 4. I still play Fallout 3 and 4. Dude, he was Dracula. Yeah, I'm forgetting his name. It's I like that dude too. He was the one that I wanted to be Namor in the MCU. I wanted him to be Namor in the MCU. And I'm forgetting his damn name right now. But he was in a good damn movie. If you want to watch a good movie, low budget, made by the WWE, watch No One Lives. Watch No One Lives, and he's in that shit as a serial killer hunter. That motherfucker is good. Some Evans. I'm forgetting his fucking name. Don't drive me crazy. Maybe Malika can help me out. Sophia Botella is a bae. Yeah, is that the little lead actress? She's cutie. She's a little cutie. I've seen her in something else. I can't think of what it is right now. It might have been some MCU superhero movie or some shit like that. She's a little cutie. My brother-in-law played the last Fallout game. He rated it so-so. After so long, it'll become so-so. What up, JT? What's good with you? What's good with you? What's good with you? Fallout is Skyrim with guns. True, but I play Skyrim for swords. I have a game for guns now. And it was Defiance, and then it became Division. I one of each. Thank you. Thanks, Malika. Luke Evans. Thank you. My brain kept wanting to say Chris Evans, and it's not Chris Evans, but I know his last name is Evans. I wasn't getting his first one. Luke Evans. I love Luke Evans. He would have been my pick for Namor in the MCU. Right? But him as Dracula Untold. I love Dracula Untold. That was fun to me. He got Sato Numsi as being the older vampire, the fucking Nosferatu vampire. Like, oh shit, that was going to be good. That was going to be good. But they walked away from that shit too quick. Black Bane was talking about Anne Rice movies with me yesterday. We was talking about movies and shit because we did have a good long conversation about movies and TV shows and shit like that face to face. So movies will never get made, but Anne Rice's Mummy, Ramses the Dam would have made a great movie. I didn't read a lot of Anne Rice. I haven't actually read any Anne Rice. I saw Interview with a Vampire and Queen of the Damned and get the idea of Lestat the vampire, which is more interesting. But I didn't read Anne Rice. Did not read Anne Rice. So if you say it's awesome, I'll take your word for it. But at this point, I cannot go back and try to read that shit right now. I got a backlog of reviews and books to read. So I'm going to have to shut it down for a while just to start getting through all of this shit. Oh, okay. Kingsman. Okay, yeah, that chick. The mummy. The chick that was the mummy. Yeah. Yeah, she is a cutie. She is a cutie. Flexible, too. But they always shit the movies that she's in. The movies she's in, I noticed, they always kind of shit on. They always kind of shit on. Like, I don't know what they don't like about her, because I didn't think she was an actor at first. I thought she was like a model or something like that at first. And then she started acting. But she was Gazelle in Kingsman. I didn't mind her in Kingsman. She was in some other shit too. She was in that Mummy movie with Tom Cruise. Okay, so what? Because the mummy wasn't a dude? Who gives a fuck? Who cares? They mummified all kind of shit. You see a cat in that bitch. Anyway, before my time. Malika, y'all note this, who said that shit. Luke Evans would make a good Victor Von Doom. Yes, the fuck he would. I would totally buy. I wasn't even thinking about him as Dr. Doom, but that shit would totally work for me. That would completely work for me. Oh, shit. Yeah, Luke Evans is Dr. Doom? Nigga. If you had him as Dr. Doom, You can get that presence. You can get that voice. Doom does not do such and such. Nigga, you can even get through the story where you get in the Secret Wars and Doom's face is fixed. But then he take off the mask and it's like, that's Luke Evans. Oh my God. He ain't an ugly Negro. That would totally work for me. If I didn't think they was gonna fuck up this stuff, that would totally work for me. I'd buy Luke. Good. Thank you for that, Malika. Yes, I hadn't even thought about Luke Evans as Victor Von Doom. That would totally fucking work. That would totally fucking work. Ooh, he could play that shit looking just mean and grizzled and shit like that and respectable. Oh my God, that would work. That would work. Yeah, that shit to Malika. And yeah, she was a professional dancer. Yeah, that's why they had her being Gazelle doing the martial arts stuff in Kingsman because she was flexible and shit like that. So I don't have a problem with her. Like, look, what's her name? Mila Jovovich? Well, not Mila Jovovich. What was the other chick from The Fifth Element? That wasn't no professional actor. It was a fucking model. Nobody loved that movie. Peter Weller as Nathaniel Richards, aka Time Lord. Yeah, I'd buy that. I'd buy that. The only problem keep coming in with how they cast Reed Richards if they want to go young or old. Stop trying to make this shit for teeny boppers and chicks. Stop trying to do that. You'll probably see more success. Just saying. Why don't we skip over the whole Invisible Girl thing altogether and just get the Invisible Woman? Just saying. Stop trying to start at zero and grab some people that ain't even fucking there or looking for this shit. Name the young people who are looking for the Fantastic Four movie. Can you find them? Can you find a handful of them? Neither can the MCU. But name some 35 to 40-year-olds who are looking for a good Fantastic movie. You could probably find a shitload of them. You could throw a stick over your shoulder and smack 5 of them in the face. Why don't you make it for them? And let the young folks catch up to wanting to be grown-ups. Stupid asses. Mando's Reed laughing out loud. This is confirmed, yes. Pedro Pascal, I don't know if it's confirmed or not. I don't know if it's confirmed or not. People was losing their shit over it, I know, like last week before. Like, for what? What are you worried about? Because he Latino? Who gives a fuck? God damn, dude. Don't get me on that shit, JT. I was actually doing a peaceful stream today. Trying not to curse. Built shit and Elon the Skyrim market. Yeah, I don't like the Elon the Skyrim enchanting. All right, so Fallout trailer looks good. I'm looking forward to seeing that on Prime. It's already out. Was it October? I missed it now. Let's see. That was on Prime. So let me make sure I go back and put that shit on. Put it on my list. Now, this next one that Steven actually recommended to me, I talked about a little about last week. Talked about like Wednesday or Thursday when he suggested it, and wasn't really whatever. I'll bring it up and show it to y'all so we can all talk about it. And once I show all these trailers, I'm gonna drop the link and y'all can come up and we can all chop this shit up and share your ideas on this, because this is supposed to be your stream, even if you don't want to come up. I'm going to share this. This will probably be the most heavily cut up stream ever because I'm watching all these trailers without permission. Oh, look at that. Look at this little thumb button. Bam. Oh my God. Another one. And here we go.
Whatever you have to do. However long it takes. Promise me you'll find your way home. Furiosa. Give me this promise.
Why does that look like Drew McIntyre to me?
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
ATJ. That didn't look like Chris Hemsworth.
I'm Furiosa!
The darkest of angels.
The question is, do you have it in you to make it epic?
There's another somebody doing a reaction to this, so I gotta watch that later because I like her reactions. So, Furiosa. I know everybody has talked about it online earlier. Like I said, he heard about it and that he does love the Mad Max universe. I like the Mad Max universe. I'm just not as wedded to it as everybody else. Yeah, I would dig a good prequel too. And I was talking about this with Black Bang yesterday. We were talking movies about how a good prequel should work. A good prequel should feed into the next movie seamlessly, story-wise. And the example I was using was the Underworld stories. Underworld 1, Underworld 2, Underworld 3, Rise of the Lycans. You can watch those three movies in a circle, and they fit together perfectly. They're consistent. Now, I actually had to go back and forth with Black Bane over this because he doesn't like the Hunger Games franchise. He still sees it as a ripoff of Battle Royale. And I told him I agree that the original impetus of the first Hunger Games book was ripped off from the Battle Royale movie from Japan. But it went a lot deeper than that. And having watched Hunger Games, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which is a prequel, it fit right up with the first Hunger Games movie. That it didn't have a closed circle, but it had a through line all the way through the movies that you could follow. And you see why Snow became what he was, and why by the end of the Hunger Games franchise, he is dying. He's on his last legs, and he's just laughing. He doesn't regret what he has done. He knew why he did what he did and why he had to do it that way. He understood what the Hunger Games was about and what it meant to the districts. That it quelled that rebellion shit for a reason. Because without it, none of them would survive. You wouldn't have a reason to. So once you get to the end of the Hunger Games, they depose Snow. What do you get? Somebody else trying to take charge. That was using the tributes for their own political games, for a military coup. Then they had to kill that bitch too and plunge the whole district system into chaos. There was a reason for Snow. So you get to see that if you watch the Hunger Games from Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes all the way up through, Mockingjay, the last one, which is what I did about a week or so ago, which changed the complexion of that story to be, no, it's not. Yeah, the first book did rip off Battle Royale a bit, but it went so much further than that because I saw both Battle Royales, 1 and 2, I own them. Like, no, it goes beyond that. And Battle Royale was more about teaching these kids how to be actually decent. It wasn't that it was anything that the districts were doing. It was that these kids was getting out of line and not becoming good, productive members of society. So society found a way to pluck these little bastards out and have them fighting each other to teach them what the world really is and how you're going to have to fit into this damn world. You don't get to just act all out. Hell no. You're going to have to do something. And that's what Battle Royale did. They weren't picked and given as tribute. The motherfuckers was picked up like, this is a badass group of kids. We're going to take them and put them on this island, and we're going to gain some sport off these motherfuckers. They're going to kill each other, so they don't have to be worried about them killing us. So there we go. So now to JT's point, he says Anya plus Furiosa is okay. I like Anya Taylor-Joy. She just looks sick to me right now. She looks like she's... Look, I watched Amsterdam. I don't think a lot of you guys saw that. Amsterdam and The Menu were 2 movies that Anya Taylor-Joy was in last year. She looks really small and really shriveled up in that shit. And I'm like, what happened to her? Now, I don't doubt that she's a good actress. I don't. I'm just seeing what's going on with the health. Because if I pulled up a picture of her right now, it'd be some bony ass skeleton with a dress on shit. I'm like, how's that gonna work? Now, I told y'all guys when I saw the trailer, I wasn't sure what to make of it myself. I wasn't feeling overly jazzed about any of it. But I'm not a female, right? I'm not a young female. So I actually showed the trailer to my coworker, who is a young female. I showed it to her and got her impressions of it. And her impressions, watching her watch the shit, she was kind of jazzed about it. She was excited about it. She didn't want to see it. Like, oh, that's that bitch. Yeah, that's that bitch. So I actually got to pick her brain a little bit on what she was getting into and what she was liking about this. And apparently she likes that Mad Max world because it was one of the movies her father let her see early when, she was young and not supposed to be seeing that shit. That's what fathers are good for. Letting you experience the world in a safe way. Protected. Covered. As it would be. So she's into the Mad Max world and seeing this character Furiosa in it. She wants to see this. I said, yeah, but No, this world ain't really that good for women because it's basically a lot of slavery and shit. She said, yeah, she knew. But I think she's in for the ass kicking part of it. And I told her how I really don't get into these movies that far into these movies where it's just, the fall of everything and it's barbaric and all the dudes is just brutes or gimps or some shit. That's a lot of black folks in it. Barely any. So I never understood the complete allure, even though I like Mel Gibson, I like Tom Hardy, I know the character of Mad Max. I've seen every one of those fucking movies. It's never been, a new Mad Max movie. It's never been that for me. It's like, oh shit, it's another one. Cool. So I don't know. She was really into it though. She was into it that she would watch that shit. Like, cool. Thanks for the input. Why for white people always put on leather and get their thongs in nuclear apocalypse? I hear nothing next shutting down. I don't get that at all. Yeah, they get into that shit. But to me, BMT, I was saying last week is that I think white folks get into that shit because that is at base nature what they were supposed to be. Just like barbarians. Right? Depending on who you listen to. And I don't think anybody should be all pissed off about that. What they want to tell us we were at base nature was fucking monkeys and animals and shit. Savages. So what the fuck ever. So they get into that shit at base. Them brutal times where people is actually slaves and abused and tormented and chicks is raped and all kind of other stuff and just sold as fodder. They get into that shit. Because if you know anything about, the shadow world, they get into that kind of domination shit. So I guess that's what it is for them. Whatever. I watch it just to see the action because at least for me as a black person, what am I interested in? Interested in to see this fucked up world and how these people survive or what do they do? It's gonna be a bunch of action. They're gonna be killing each other. So fine, I'll watch that shit. I'll get popcorn. Better them than killing me. Watching them kill us. Got to keep them lower populations under control. Yeah. Hakuno no Ken, aka Fist of the North Star. Yeah, I love Fist of the North Star. But that's coming from a Japanese point of view. Right? Most of the people in there is Caucasian looking, but it's coming from a Japanese point of view. That's why you have the martial arts aspect in it. Mad Max is not. It's not. People love that shit. For a certain demographic, an age group, all they hear is California Love. You could be barbarous and lawless, and it was kind of okay. Artisan, you are right. She looks sickly and skeletal. She reminds me of a Bratz doll. She does because she has those big ass eyes. And when her face is sucked in, those cheekbones, it's like, the fuck, is that an alien? Doesn't look right. Now, the other thing that got me with this trailer, she went smearing on that oil or grease or whatever on her face. And the first thing I thought of was Prey. You know that Predator movie? With the little Native American girl taking on a predator. That's the first thing I fucking thought of. I'm like, oh my God. Ugh. Okay. So what are we gonna do? Is this and what my coworker was questioning, I said, is this when she loses her arm? I was like, I don't know, I guess. I guess this is the story of how she ended up losing her arm and how she got the robotic arm because you see it at the end. She has the robotic arm. But I don't know when it's happening in time, really, how far in time it is. So, Battle Royale was amazing, extremely juvenile. Yeah, it was extreme juvenile reform. And what was interesting about the movie was it could have been seen as traumatic what was happening to those kids, but those kids embraced that shit because they had their own personal issues with the other kids in their class, and they worked that shit out. That is what made Battle Royale so interesting. It wasn't enough that the grown-ups wanted to teach these fucking kids how to be good citizens. It was the personal stakes that those kids brought to that situation and really did turn on each other. Really did. It's like, oh, we can be here and kill it. This is traumatic, but you know what? I've always fucking hated you, bitch. You didn't want to fuck me. It was going down like that. It was going down like that. On some petty ass shit like that. Oh, the boys always want to fuck you, girl. I hate your ass. But you know what? I got this sickle and you got a flashlight. Your ass about to die. Like, god damn. Even the hoe in the school was fucking dudes and killing them. Like, shit. What? Crazy. Crazy. A good movie, though. If y'all never seen Battle Royale, look that shit up. Yeah. What up, Artie? Immortal boy in the building. Yeah. True human nature. Human nature unbound. And it was going to be survival of the fittest. Even the little mouthy girl was killing folks. Like, oh, shit. I slipped the poison into all their soup. They ate that shit? Ooh, shit. Everybody was getting it. No one was safe. No one was safe. I would go to Mad Max just to wear my Immortan Joe Got Milk t-shirt. Yeah, I said that shit. Yeah, you did say that shit. And it's documented online forever. 1 second, y'all. Let me turn this heater. Chilly in this bitch. It's chilly. It's raining outside, so it's a little cold over here. And this house has old windows. So, old single panes. And holding out shit. The teacher was the announcer and even stayed and took responsibility for his delinquent class because he wasn't a teacher. He was military. But yeah, that motherfucker was getting his revenge, didn't he? Like that little motherfucker that cut him in the ass. What's the first thing he did when they got there to that fucking island? Cut that boy right back in his ass. Nobu. The fuck? How'd that feel? Little motherfucker. Darwinism turned to 11. Shit, it was just Darwinism letting itself play out on the clock. That's all it was. They had a clock. Get shit over with. Done. We got shit to get to. Anya Taylor-Joy just look like an AI character. She does. I mean, it's nothing against Anya Taylor-Joy. I think she's cute. She's just looking sick right now. And the female I was talking to, my coworker, she agreed. Like, yeah, she's looking a little something or other. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is going on with her, but it does look a little bit off-putting. I mean, for me, that wasn't the person I saw in Split. But if you're only looking at people for a headshot, I guess that's all that matters. But I'm looking at the full figure, full frame. And all them shoulder blades sticking out the back of your ass is like, troublesome. It's like you disguising a heroin problem now or something, or what? Yeah, none of these pictures I want to put up here. But if you want to see what I'm talking about, go ahead and go back, look at a current picture of her, and then go back a couple of years and look at a younger picture of her. Because she got some ridiculously bony ass legs that she keeps trying to cover up in every picture. But she is a good actress. I was looking at some pictures of her right now. But she is a good actress. So I'll eventually see Furiosa. It's nothing I was raving about. She wasn't a character I was raving about in the last Mad Max movie, which basically did the bait and switch and had her saving his ass. I like Charlize Theron, but that's what I saw that last Mad Max movie about, Fury Road, just to introduce Furiosa. But she ain't pulling the movie off of just her name because they had to throw Mad Max underneath it. So we'll see. She needs some honey butter biscuits. She needs some brioche back to front, nigga. Maybe she had to get that look for a film. 50 had to, for one of his films, to show he had cancer. Yeah, probably, if she's a method actor like that. I don't know. But that was for a while, so we'll see. Maybe it was for this movie. Who knows? Maybe it was for this movie. I don't know. But I know if she's gonna be that damn small in the movie, you're gonna have to show me something to how she's beating these fucking big ass buff dudes, bare chested, barbarian looking motherfuckers all over the place. You're gonna have to show me what, how. Come with it. Come the fuck with it. All right, so that the Fallout is done. And Scavengers is done. And JT, you just got here, but you have to check out Scavengers Reign trailer and tell me what you think of it, because it does look like some old school Miyazaki anime. All right, so this next one we all should know and love. I hope this is the right one. Okay, I think it is. This one just came out yesterday. And like, share, subscribe, support the stream if you feel so inclined. Banner across the bottom of the screen is for you, not for me. Because this stream does not run on hopes and dreams. It runs on green, just like every other thing. So make that cash app ring. This one just came out yesterday, I believe. While I was out, I'm just gonna play it just for the fuck of it, because I know I'm gonna watch it. I pretty much know you guys are gonna watch it, but let's just watch the trailer. Let's have some fun here. Look at that. A like button hit again. That's 4 times in a row I've hit the like button and I haven't even had to watch this shit yet. Imagine that. You should follow suit. So here we go.
Rome, Greece. All democracies fail because people are fucking stupid.
That's what.
But if you crush the masses, who builds your monuments? Who tongues your taint? The people will tear it apart themselves.
She's giving her Joker
You
speech.
just gotta nudge them a little. Then you get to swoop in and be the one saving it.
Like Caesar.
Like Caesar.
If there's hell below,
Oh shit!
Oh, hell.
Yeah.
to watch their balls crushed.
Your team.
What's your code name again?
The boys.
Oof. Who came up with that shit?
Oh, wow. Jesus. God. Holy shit. Well, now, that was the trailer. It had a lot going on in it. Feminist bullshit plot armor will allow her to kick men's asses 10 times bigger and stronger than her. Possibly. I like her in Last Night in Soho. That's the one I still haven't seen yet because I was really interested in that movie. Soundtrack was great, but why was the black guy her super simp? Because that's what they see now. On a power scooter, can't even read it. Yeah, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Yes, that's what I said. Why, nigga? Negan showed up. Oh my God, this is gonna be a good episode. It's gonna be a good season. That's like seeing Soldier Boy show up in Gen V. Like, oh, that's a problem. That's a problem. So, I don't know who is not watching The Boys at this point. And mind you, think of it this way: the amount of love this show has, and it's only 4 seasons. 4 seasons. And they got love. Oh, he killed that dude. I wondered if that's his son that did that shit. Pushed that dude into a building, or is it supposed to be a Spider-Man character? Yeah, I think it's their Spider-Man-like character. The Boys. Who came up with that shit? Your predecessor, Truth Bomb, and the black chick. Black chick in the back. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to season 4 of The Boys. I thought it was interesting. They showed you where every one of these characters was coming from. Victoria Newman, running. Like, that's a problem in and of itself. You got Starlight looking like she's hiding out. Civil unrest with 2 political parties. Homelander with his son, teaching his son, and fucking this fucking goofball right here. This fucking goofball right here. The deep eyeball in that damn octopus. His new bay, Octobay. This motherfucker, boy. Oh man, they don't know no bounds with this show, dude. They don't know no bounds. Like, that's a problem. I like seeing Frenchie coming back, Kumiko. But yeah, this is this season is going to be a problem. This season is going to be a problem. And it looks like Butcher still has his compound V powers. You're going to be having the effects of that shit. So this is going to be a good season. I'm looking forward to this. Whoever Jeffrey Dean Morgan is playing, I don't know. Doesn't really matter. The fact that they showed him in the trailer is going to be enough for some people. Like, oh my God, I got to see this. The wardrobe malfunction, the plot armor falls off. No. If they doing this movie as a prequel, they want to do another one. So guess what? She lives. Because you can't kill her and then have her in Fury Road. Older. They want to get multiple movies out of this shit with female protagonists. And you'll get that quicker than you get another Mad Max movie with Tom Hardy. So, is that the last one? That was the last trailer. So let me go ahead and drop this link in the chat. You can be a part of the conversation. Share your views, your ideas with me. But I'm definitely going to watch The Boys. Definitely going to watch season 4 as it releases. I will do reactions for that one. It will happen because I like The Boys. And between Invincible and The Boys, Prime and Seth Rogen and Evan Greenberg, and I should add another one to that list. Invincible, Gen V, and The Boys are actually some of the best geek properties out right now on streaming. They are. One is animated. Just good. They're doing their work. They turn out stuff a damn sight better than some of the movies that's been released. So I told you guys, I just want to see this stuff good. I don't give a damn who does it. I don't care what studio it comes from. I just want to see it good. And if it's good, I'll rock with it. I'll support it. If it's not, I can't rock with it. I can't really support it because it can't support itself. So I'm all in for The Boys. I'm all in for The Boys. People forget some of the most dangerous villains are gaslighters. Remember Amanda Waller and Mariah brought fear? Yes, some of the most dangerous villains are gaslighters. And yes, Amanda Waller is a gaslighter. Black Mariah was a gaslighter as well. And they brought that fear, but they actually would do some shit too. This little black chick, apparently she's going to end up being a soup. Because in that trailer, you see the white girl coming out, but she's coming out in costume right behind her. So I don't know what her fucking power is. But apparently she's good at playing the Homelander, which she loves. So that's going to be some interesting shit going on in that. So I'm trusting them on that one. So the link is in the chat. If you want to come up and share your views, please do. If not, I can shut it down early and go to the movies and watch Godzilla. Let me see if anybody else donated to the stream. It doesn't look like they have. Shout out to the No One. Appreciate you, No One, for donating to the stream. I will give you that 3B salute. Appreciate you. And for his brother, as he always likes to do, shout out to No One once again. For the double up. And he didn't put the message in there this time. You are slacking. But we know what it is. The maestro, please. Shout out to No One. I will give you the guts and butts. Appreciate it.
Double up. 3 or 4 times. I ain't telling no lies. Run it up. Never let a hard time on the
All right, I took care of that. Awesome. Awesome. So what else we got? Well, funny thing happened while I was watching episode 2 of Blue Eye Samurai, where I'm doing the stream. I do my watch, which episode was good. It was a good episode. Mizu did take some bumps. I did figure out who the guy was before it ended, which was kind of obvious, one of the four fangs. But something happened when I was doing the review. And when I was doing the review of it, this happened. Because now you don't want to fucking turn off. Stupid asses. This happened. Y'all see that? That is a nigga roll falling asleep while trying to do a review. I fell asleep, was nodding off in the middle of talking, doing my review. I had to edit that shit off of there. And because I did it so freaking much, there is not a review to put up. There isn't a review to put up of that. There's not even an ending for the watch part of it. This is weird as hell. So I have to go back and watch, or I actually have to go back and do the review of Blue Eye Samurai episode 2 so I can move on to episode 3, because it was late when I did that. Blue Eye Samurai turns in an hour-long episodes, 45 minutes or so. So by the time I finish watching it and trying to do the review, it's 2 hours later, and it's late. So the episode was good. The review was not so, especially if I was falling asleep. So shit happens. But those are the lengths I go through to try to record this stuff for you guys. I'm not sitting here all day, fresh face and stuff like that. It's happening after a lot of hours of actual work and time invested. So that is actually known. So when it's up there, it will be. So if you're waiting for that, hold on a little bit longer and I will get that up there. I didn't actually put it up on Patreon yet because it's only the reaction. I mean, it's only the watch. There is no reaction to put up because I fell asleep. And that's not the first time I've done that. That is like the second or third time I've done that, to where I end up falling asleep on the watch or the review. And that's why the Loki stuff came slow. That's why the Loki reviews came slow, because the shit was boring. I was falling asleep. Like, no bullshit. It was boring me. I was falling asleep while recording. Can't put out a video on Patreon with me falling asleep watching this shit. No. So Snortison MC, yeah. Snortison MC is right. Look, I can give it 1 to 5 snores. And sometimes it's not even the movie, or it's not even the show. It's because I've already put in so many hours working. I'm doing this shit late at night. Putting in that work, man. So that means I'm tired at that time. Oh, here we go with this motherfucker right here. What up, BMT? You ain't shit.
What do you mean?
his Latino homie. So that makes me the Jerry Curl Negro.
Hey,
flying
man.
the Millennium Falcon.
That just let you know the brothers, we get shit done, bro. They left it up to the brothers to get shit done, man. They should have.
Right about that. We had to get that shit done. Like,
Hell
who else
yeah.
gonna do it?
Hell
Who else wants some of this? Like,
that was some real shit. Lando was like, "What the fuck? You gave me the mission?" Yeah, go. You gotta get in there and destroy the Death Star, Lando.
that shit is still active.
Hey, y'all go watch that conversation with the Latino alien and Lando. I don't know if he's gonna get it turned down, but shit.
How to get it done? Just give him more time. That nigga was talking shit too.
Yo, they were talking shit.
He was talking some shit.
Oh
that
man,
motherfucker was not a believer in Han Solo. He was not a believer. Like, yeah, I'm on this ship, but nah, man. What's up with your homeboy? You gonna get it done? Man. You better fucking get it done.
Hey, even Lando was like, I hope he get it done.
Yeah, I hope he will. Just give him more time.
Man. I wonder he had to drink a Coke before he took that drive, man. I wonder he just took like 2 sips before he just to shake his nerves.
Yeah, he was worried.
Oh man, that's why we didn't see that many black pilots in space, man. We didn't see that many pilots. Yeah. You got
Nine Soul is a good mystery equivalent to a socially awkward PTSD female incel getting haunted by a ghost of a clout chasing IG model, but in the 60s. That kind of sums up what I thought it was, Rainfire. From the trailer, it looked interesting, but it looked like some trippy time travel psychological shit. So I was already into that. So yeah, that was cool. So what's up, Trigger? What's up, BMT? What you got?
Well, okay, so I enjoyed the reviews of these projects that are coming out. The first one, the pioneering. I think that's a good step. Definitely brought a lot of old Sci-Fi Channel, animated, old classic animation back, nostalgia. Me and my old lady are big fans of that. Pioneering it's only but limited to the imagination. And
you mean Scavengers?
Yes, the Scavenger what you showed, no spoilers.
Scavengers Reign. Yeah, he's talking about Scavengers.
And I definitely encourage everybody support these type of studios. They're not big, but that's room to grow. That's how I look at it. It's like a starting out artist. You're not conscripted to like, oh man, I gotta live up to their standard. No, you can just play around with space. Space is space. Like I'm like, shit, you could be a tentacle Cthulhu and be over a ship, and I'll be fine with that. All right, man. Guess we need eggs, spore baby eggs, and with the, with a cyborg tonight. That's pretty cool.
Well, that's been my thing. I've been telling you guys that I wanted to see visions of things forward in time, which would take you into more sci-fi stuff. I'm not interested in a bunch of stuff happening in the past. I want to see visions of things going forward. That's probably why I'm not that interested in Furiosa, because I've seen this post-apocalyptic desert area shit, barbaric, it's only white folks left shit too many goddamn times now. I'm done with that. Look, can I see something else? I mean, y'all had me raving about the Foundation, and that wasn't nothing like the damn book, but I was happy because it at least happened in the fucking future. Like, I want to see something forward looking. I'm tired of seeing all this shit behind, and everything is dystopic in a different way, but it's still got the same shit happening in it. So I want to see more. That Scavenger's Reign, it looks imaginative. I'm all for that. I don't care whose imagination it is. I'm curious to see it.
No, I agree with that, bro. That's why I was like, I enjoyed watching stuff like Prometheus, like when they found out where the xenomorphs came from. I'm like, holy shit, you're going to like the planet of the engineers? Like,
yep.
Bitch, you're not coming back. Like, there's no way you're telling me with a piece of a gun and you're like, I'm going to question the engineers. Like, what are you thinking, white woman? Like, that's a one-way trip. Like,
yeah. That's why that second one, or that one after Prometheus, I forgot what the name of it was, Covenant. Alien Covenant. Or was it Covenant or no? What the fuck was that one?
I gotta go look. I gotta go back in my library to go look
I'm
that
forgetting
up.
the title. I'm forgetting the title of that one. But after they did Prometheus, they did do a sequel to it, and then they did go to the planet of the engineers, and it was shit on that planet that had the aliens in it, and it was spores and stuff. That was fucked up. I was like, you motherfuckers is dumb. Like, you better put on your breathing mask. You don't know what the hell is down here. I don't care what beacon said what. And they got down there and they found that fucking android down there.
Oh my god! Yes, he was still alive. I'm like,
he was still alive. I'm like, whoop, problem. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Them damn androids, man. Like
here, boy. No. Something real foul happened. And what did you find out? That motherfucker had that chick from that last movie. He was using her as an incubator to grow these goddamn aliens. I'm like, shit. It got dark.
Yeah, but see, that's the beauty of being a geek, and those kind of comics. Shout out to the Alien comics, back in the day that we had. They talked about that stuff. They were out there in space. Like, you had them, I guess they were called corny, mohawks and shit. And hey, man, like, what I'm saying, you had it where they were out there like, hey, the whole squad ain't coming back, bro. You know what I'm saying?
The whole squad out there, they ain't making it. JT saying Alien Covenant was trash. Was that the name of that last one? Was it Covenant?
Possibly. I don't know.
How was it trash? Why don't you come up here and tell me why it was trash, JT?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because
I'm curious. I'm curious.
Yeah, I would like to know why. I mean, like I said, I like the thing about it. I guess everybody's looking for, you know what I'm saying? Everybody is used to happy endings, but or like, something like for instance, Rogue One, for instance, you never hear any of those characters that literally got out the blueprints to the Death Star ever again after that mission. You never hear about them.
Yeah, because they fucking died.
That was it. So mind you, that was an amazing, that was an amazing goddamn film. I thought it was amazing. I'm like, damn.
I thought it was too.
This was the minority mission. Like this is the reject the suicide. This is literally Space Suicide Squad, and they're like, "Hey man, we ain't coming back. Fuck it. Like this, I don't believe in this force shit. But say some words of encouragement. Hey man."
Yeah. And that follows suit with as a prequel. It worked because it goes right into the next movie. It flows right into the next movie. So Black Bane was pointing this out yesterday. When you get to the part where they say, hey, a lot of people died to get us this information for the schematics of the Death Star, you know how many people died for that shit. You knew the people that actually died for that shit. You knew who they were. You have an attachment to those people because you just watched them in their own stories. Like, yeah, man, fuck, we lost a bunch of good people off of this shit. Pay attention to this damn schematic, man. We blowing up this goddamn Death Star. This shit going down.
It hit harder, bro, because the woman that gave that speech was the same woman that gave them that mission. And she was like, I hope y'all understand. A lot of people died on that beat. A lot of people died taking that suicide. What were they, like fighters? And they were like, hey, man, we don't got no damn real missiles. We don't got shit. It don't matter. Don't matter.
A lot of sacrifices made. Yeah, a lot of sacrifices.
This is it. This is it. I think they lost a good, and mind you, I think that's the thing about it. Like, they were using scrap ships. So this is why I kind of like, I enjoy space frontier films. This is why the Star Trek films did so well. The Voyager, shout out to us, a black commander, leading a frontier colony. Mind you, he did the best out of a lot of the other captains. Nobody ever gives him credit for that shit. Yeah,
Hold on, BMT. Hold on, BMT, real quick. So one, let me get Rainfire's joke in here because that shit, I mean, no one's joke because it was funny. He said, desert apocalypse with only white people is super fantasy. Ain't no white people survive without no sunscreen.
That's why they butt naked. That's why they be butt naked out there.
That's why black folks like the Book of Eli.
Yo, that's our apocalypse movie.
Yeah, I mean, look, no, y'all motherfuckers ain't out there bare chested after a nuclear winter with no shirts on and no sunscreen. Y'all burst in flames, man. Y'all look like the vampires in the first Blade movie. Ah!
Fuck no.
Right?
They don't be doing it on that beach.
JT said Alien Covenant by far had the dumbest people. Also, Ridley Scott wasn't on his A game. Okay. I like Ridley Scott. I just saw that last Ridley Scott movie. Why am I forgetting the name of it right now?
You're forgetting a lot today.
I'm drinking my coffee too. Well, this ain't really coffee. It's like a latte shit. That's probably why. Damn, I just saw the last Ridley Scott movie. What the fuck? Anyway, just having a whole brain fart. Damn, age just sucks. Yes, that's why Alien Covenant was funny to me. Them people was dumb as fuck. They were some of the dumbest motherfuckers in captivity. But these weren't no space explorers. Not really. They were fucking miners and shit, right?
Right.
Well, that's what the fuck you get. They were not trained for that. They were
Right.
not trained for that. They deviated course from what they were supposed to be doing to go over there and check out some shit because they're looking to gain some good profit, some good money, and end up fucked up. Yeah, they should have, because they weren't trained for that shit. That was not their mission. And that's why they were making such dumbass fucking mistakes, like walking out there with no breathing mask on and stepping on shit and getting all kind of alien spores in their ear holes and stuff. Like, some dumb motherfuckers, boy. Like, yeah, they was getting it. But I appreciate the fact that I saw aliens infest something other than, a human being.
Yep.
That was interesting to me. Like, oh shit, it's in the spore. Oh, get off the planet. Leave. Leave. What are you doing here? Look, when I took biopsych, I told you that was some of the most fucked up research and whatnot we had to do doing biopsych, because you're learning how all this minute, you got to see under a microscope stuff can happen to you and fuck you up completely. Fuck you up completely. Something you can't even see. So if you want to be a hypochondriac and worried about every goddamn thing, look, there's nothing more that you can be worried about than just breathing, motherfucker.
Mind you, I think
that's bad life, period. Because just breathing in the wrong area can fuck you up.
I think
get that little bit of spore, little bit of particle or something like that in your system, in your bloodstream, you are fucked. And on a genetic level, little things make you completely screwed up.
Yep.
Completely. Your whole personality can be screwed up off of something you can't even see. Like, dude, that's why you can't be worrying about everything. You'll never leave the house. You'd never live a life. You wouldn't. So for me, that part of Alien Covenant was actually resonating.
Made sense. Yeah, it made sense.
Yeah, it was resonating because people are stupid. People are stupid. So I don't have a problem with seeing a bunch of dumb motherfuckers on the screen getting hacked up, because people are fucking dumb. I deal with dumb people all the time. They probably need to be getting hacked up, but don't. They fell upwards.
It's one of those things where and we're using a reference of Last of Us that was showing, and they called in a college professor that studied particles of bacteria. And you remember that scene when she came there, she looked at it, she was like, shit. They said, yo, what do we do? Dude, it's literally, there's nothing. It's air particles. There ain't no shit to stop this. Like, she said, the best thing, I'm gonna tell y'all what to do. Just go ahead and set the country on fire. We're going to have that. It was a fucked up thing.
It was some real shit though. It was like,
but she literally she said, "Where are you gonna go, doctor? I'm gonna go sit with my family for my last moments because, yeah, it's over. It's over." So I expect if something like that were to happen, that's why I like stuff where I don't like films where, hey, oh man, some random nurse picks up a gun and she's taking out special forces members all of a sudden. That she didn't get no training, but she now knows how to take out like like be like John McConnell and just wipe out a whole squad. I'm just figuring it out as I go. John McClane, my bad. That's crazy. You know, I expect people to make mistakes, not be like John Wick and start knowing how to surgically pick apart people. I expect, you know, zombie apocalypse. Oh yeah, we all know how to use shotguns and accurately get headshots. No, people are going to step, mess up, be loud, freak out, drop their guns, you know, do stupid stuff, probably run away out of the formation. Humans are stupid, and that is just human nature. That's just, it is what it is. So yeah, I expect that we start pioneering. Yep, first thing we're gonna do. Oh man, that's a cute plant. Spores. Well, there goes BMT. Damn. So what did we learn today? Yeah, stay away from the pretty plants. They shoot darts. Tentacles bad. You know, that's just, you know, that's just a thing about, you know, exploration. This is why I have no problem with white people going in holes in the ground and shit and finding stuff that we scared to go find. Like, no, man, I love watching those films. I love watching those documentaries. When they go in there, we found the gates of hell. Y'all know us black people, we don't do that shit. We stay away from that.
Well, no, because black people, in some senses, are more cautious. I mean, we can experiment, but we're not experimenting to fucking try to lose our lives. That's why, in some ways, I can thank God for white folks, because without white folks, some shit we would have never discovered, because we wouldn't have put ourselves in danger like that. We wouldn't have. We wouldn't have did that shit.
Nope. Sure enough. Sure enough.
Like, finding the Titanic would not have happened because some niggas was looking for it.
No, we weren't. We
weren't. The ship went down. The ship went fucking down. Who cares? I worry about the ships that's floating. Okay, I don't worry about the ones that sunk.
Y'all don't want to study it? Nah, we're good. We know why.
No, we're gonna build the submersible so we can go all the way down there. Right, that look like it'll crack. Fuck that.
We saw something down there. Okay, let's leave it alone. Nah, we gotta study it. Come on, artisan. Nah, I'm good.
No, I'm good. It's not a lot of us that would do that. It's not a lot of us that would do that. That's why I understand. That's why I don't hate a lot of races. I don't hate races, right? I hate people doing dumb shit. And as far as I know, every color has people who do dumb shit like that, right? But each one of these nationalities and stuff like that do have benefits that they bring to the whole pie of human beings. And white folks are good for that shit. They good for experimenting some shit. Like when you look at my Instagram and watch me putting up videos of people in wingsuits and shit like that and all this other kind of stuff, why don't you usually see black folks? It's all out there for us to do too. Why aren't we doing it? Because in some ways we're too fucking scary. So I say fear is limiting. Fear limits you from doing a lot of stuff. And if you stay yourself wrapped in fucking fear,
so my good friend said,
you ain't gonna do nothing.
Come climb the tree. Why? It's because the tree's there, man. Why are we climbing the tree? Because it's there, Joe. We got to climb the tree. Fuck. Mm-hmm. All right, let's go climb the tree.
Rainfire said, "Why would an android have a problem turning you into an Axtol tank? You're just resources." Exactly, they wouldn't.
If
you're a back-top tank, you might as well be a back-top.
If you, but the thing about it, and this is the scary thing, why the Alien series is so interesting. If you listen to the android, how he broke down humanity, he wasn't too far off wrong about what he said about how humans are. And Artisan, you know how he was breaking it down psychologically about humans. He was like, yo, y'all say y'all are bad. He said y'all are bad. Y'all are not good. Y'all kill. Y'all do all kinds of stuff to your own planet and your own people.
Yeah. Well, that's my biggest thing with studying humanity and how people interact with each other, is that part that humans at base can be really fucked up to each other without a thought. Without a thought. So I put more emphasis on why people can act like that without a thought. Right? And there's a lot of stuff out there about it, right? But you can study it any day of the week because you're always dealing with human beings. Like my coworker that I asked about the movie, Well, why did I ask the person that I wasn't talking to about this goddamn movie? And why after that the person thought we was cool again? Why? Because you have a need to interact with people. And it doesn't really take anything of you to actually be decent to somebody. But it doesn't take a lot of effort from you to actually be an asshole to people. Right? It does take that. And everybody has that in them. But at the same time, they have that need of having that connection too. Not caring about another human being is standard. Standard. Caring is the hard part. So if you know people are primarily fucking lazy, what do you think they default to? Not giving a fuck about you or anybody else. That's the default. Because the other one takes work. So that's the part that always interests me about humanity, how they can turn that way and what makes them turn that way and what makes them turn back the other way. That's the psychological part. That's the mental stuff. It's not always like the environment, like we're talking about the Mad Max movies. Is just because the environment fucked up mean that everybody has to act fucked up, fall into barbarism, act like animals and shit like that? Dominance, subs, gimps, meat sticks.
Those are choices.
Yeah, most of those is fucking choices. How you choose to live. Look at Toya said, very interesting stuff. To tickle your pickle.
I think that's why. What was the second move trailer that you reviewed, bro? It was
Fallout.
Fallout. Well, I guess in talking about that, and mind you, that's a story based off a game, which we know. I think they've already started branching into the gaming franchise to see what stick. So we can't really say, well, they're not sticking by the story plot because it's like if they were to do Skyrim. You can never say, well, it got to be a man or it got to be a woman because Skyrim will tell. I want to start out as a pig, donkey, fawn. I could do that. I mean, it's just you're literally is what you make your story. I think this is why I don't mind fantasy of certain like stuff like Hogwarts or the Hobbits and shit like that. I just think that they had better storylines because they made you have to endure stuff like knowing that nobody saw furry feet midgets to get to Mount Mordor. Like nobody saw that shit coming. Maybe a wizard, but not no furry foot hobbit. And so that's why I think it was that of encouraging humanity, like, hey man, like shit's gonna be hard out there, like you gotta go on. Mind you, you had a Sauron fucking with Smeagol and Smeagol was I think that was also a prequel also. I also had a prequel also. Like a lot of
The
them had
Hobbit
prequels.
was kind of a prequel.
The Hobbit was a prequel. I think they're going to give Smeagol. They're talking about giving him his own prequel also. So, but those kind of things they can pull those off. That's why I don't have a problem with Fallout. Them doing it. As long as they don't start putting no crazy messages like girl power. Like you can kill 15 men too, baby. Like okay, I'm all right. This is bullshit now. Like you're just picking at men now. Like I don't give a shit for that. Just but I'm all for it. I'm all for the gaming. But to be honest, I'm like you. How you feel about sports? After a while, I'd rather just go play the goddamn game myself than just watch it. I'm being honest. I'd rather just go play it myself. I'm like, fuck this. I'll do my own damn story.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I'm a more active person in that sense. Like I like to be involved in what I'm doing and not just passively sitting by watching it. I'm not a spectator like that. So these video games getting turned into more and better shows and stretching them out and turning them into shows instead of movies is a better move because then you can develop the story more But I'm not surprised that they're turning to the video games because they've actually pilfered, the comic book space enough that it's polluted. So what's the next bubble they're gonna try to jump on? The video games. And like it or not, The Last of Us did really well because they actually brought the video game maker in to do the show. So in Fallout, I think the Todd Howard is the guy they said is the guy from that made the game. So it should be awesome. It should be consistent at least, at the very least. So any changes that they make to it, most people are gonna have to shut the fuck up about because the creator of the game is the one making the changes.
Like the Avatar.
So it's what he saw fit. It's what he saw fit to change. Just like George Lucas coming back and doing a prequel. You don't like certain things? You're fucking bad. He made up the story. He can change whatever the fuck he wants to in it. I'd rather him do it than somebody else who only cliff noted the game, didn't even play the shit, and then they want to make their own changes to it. So I think it'll be better because most of us already know who play these games and stuff like that knows that the video game stories have been better than the movies for at least the last 10 years. At least the last 10 years. I'm sure it's more than that. But those stories involved in those games have been more involved and deeper and resonate with people more than the movies that's been coming out. The Last of Us didn't get no show because the game sucked. Because the story was trash? No. Look, even Toya talking about Last of Us was amazing to her. I don't think she's logged 1 hour on that damn game.
I got over 3,000 hours on that. Don't judge me.
Yeah. My son was excited about the show. Oh, Dad, you gotta play it. You gotta play the game. Shows us.
It actually made me cry. It actually did make me cry playing that game because I just had my daughters, and I felt that with Joel, when his daughter got shot and he's having to sit there and try to hold her, and he was like, I don't want to connect to anything else. Fuck it. My wife's dead. My daughter's dead. Why the fuck am I still going on? Like,
Yeah, I hadn't played the game, but watching the show, I'd be interested in playing the game. God damn,
I remember you said that.
That's kind of deep.
That's how you know. That's how you know. That's why I couldn't judge it. I can't judge something when they actually reach out to the author who made the game and said, "Hey, could you explain this, or could you tell us why you put this in it?" Or literally, sometimes they say, I actually wanted to put this in the game, but because of time, I couldn't put it in there. Well, we can do that because we're doing a show. Wait, so you don't mind me putting in the part where Bill is gay? No, the LGBT. Well, I actually wanted them to have that in there. Like, everybody freaked out at him, but he actually wanted that in there. Like, that's why I say y'all can't keep on judging. I think they wanted to cancel Token. And that was crazy when they wanted to cancel Token. And I was like, damn, Token, you can't cancel the man that wrote the damn book.
But they try. Oh, they try.
Try to cancel Token.
They try. That's why I agree with somebody else talking about this. I think it was Dr. Tiasan talking about cancel culture. Why you don't support cancel culture? Oh, no, it was Green Gorilla. My bad. Not Dr. T. It was Green Gorilla. Why he doesn't support cancel culture. Because cancel culture limits free speech. I agree. It does. Look, I don't have to agree with everybody with what they say. I don't. And I really don't. I usually don't. Right? But I don't have a problem with them saying the shit. Like I said, yeah, fly your flag and let me know where you stand. Now I know where not to step. That's it. I don't have a problem doing that shit. But these motherfuckers want to shut everybody down that don't agree with them. I was like, well, that's kind of bullshit. That does just get into freedom of speech. Like, for me, when they want to ban Trump off Twitter, it's like, you got the right to say whatever the fuck you want to.
You say it, so why can't he say it?
Yeah. You get to call him the Antichrist and everything else. He don't get to say nothing. That don't seem right. That was a whole president. Too fucking bad. Look, if you don't like it, don't listen to him. But he got the right to say whatever the fuck he want to, whether you like it or not. And people have to be responsible for their own fucking actions. He ain't responsible for those either. If that's the case, every one of you radical folks on one side or the other will go out and start getting people personal addresses and calling their job and shit like that. We get to blame the people that you support.
Like,
Who's responsible for that shit?
It definitely, like I said, like I enjoy good. You and I both enjoy a good story, regardless of, you know, who or what they're doing or what they're doing in their bedroom. Listen, if the story's good, I'm going to watch the shit. I'm going to watch it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Like, that's why I said it. I had like one guy, he loves Star Trek, and he was like, they got too many women in Star Trek. And I'm like, bitch, they had a whole commander.
Exactly.
They had a whole commander. You know how many times the captain's done blacked out, been poisoned? They had the doctor have to run the whole goddamn ship. Like, come on, dude. Like, were we watching the same shows and shit? Like,
well, that's why I don't get it sometimes. Like, what are you motherfuckers is all up in arms about? Just women being there? I'm sorry, I happen to like women.
Yes.
I am a happy lesbian. I happen to like women. And I don't have a problem with women being in a show if it's not going to drag down the show and turn into some fucking Mary Sue shit. I mean, I was laughing with Black Bane about talking about Blue Eyed Samurai, and the motherfucker got complaining at me because I thought she was a Mary Sue. She shouldn't be that good. I'm like, you have to realize what this motherfucker is complaining about. He's complaining, I'm liking the show, but I have a problem with the fact that she got better than people trained by masters when she never was trained by a master. That's a problem. That motherfucker took issue with me for that. Like, for what? I didn't make the goddamn show. It's just an observation.
Right. I saw your first episode. I said, hey man, I appreciate your opinion. That's the thing about it. We would sit down, have lunch, and we talking about a show or whatever. I'm fine with that. I'm like, all right, I get what he's saying, because even as I watched it, I was like, damn, she's not training or testing her strikes against anybody. How the fuck does she know how to properly implement these moves? And she's not. And I'm telling y'all right now, for somebody who's done,
because she cut a tree. Yeah, because she cut a tree. Nigga, what? The tree don't swing back.
Trees do not swing back, man.
They don't swing back. They don't. They don't parry. They don't dodge.
It's different when, if any of y'all ever did boxing or any type of fighting, it's easy when you're shadow boxing by yourself. It's different when somebody actually strikes you, and you know what that takes away from? Your stamina. It takes away from your vision. It actually starts to make you hesitate, because you're like, holy shit, this person has a longer strike reach from me. Why you think whenever they talk about fighters, if y'all listen, they start naming their striking distance each fighter has. This guy's gonna have a harder time because the guy in the blue corner has this centimeter amount of length of a strike. Yeah, he's gonna have to work his way into it.
We're checking your reach.
Yeah, and you'll see that for the first few minutes. They'll just start striking. Okay, let me see what he's gonna do. That takes training.
Look, Black Bane was talking about this because Black Bane has been a bouncer. He's trained in a lot of different martial arts, right?
Right.
And being modern equivalent of a warrior, he's like, there's no way. I'm liking the show, but yeah, there ain't no fucking way. People move different. Yeah, because people don't move like fucking static objects. How are you going to know if your footwork is actually correct if you're not fighting something that's actually moving? You can spar a punching bag all you want to, but a real person ain't no goddamn punching bag. It's going to be hitting you back. How do you know you can take that?
Shout out to Batman. Shout out to Batman. Y'all better want to go read Gear 1 for him and Jim. They were getting their ass kicked a lot.
Taking his bumps.
They were getting their ass. Alfred was like, I'm getting tired of patching your ass up, kid. Like, you might have to stay home this week crying. No, dude, you got a broken arm.
Yeah, nah, Dick. This ain't the week for you.
This ain't the week for you, buddy. That the glider, it sort of worked. Yeah, and it ran out of fuel. It ran out of fuel, buddy. You know, I thought you did the greatest comparison and I overthought that, and I'm like, yo, Luke barely won any saber matches in the whole almost the franchise. I mean, especially against Vader.
You win shit.
And Vader
He
wasn't
doesn't
even
swing
a
the
match.
lightsaber on nobody.
And
First
Vader
person he
was
swung a
not
lightsaber. First person he swung a lightsaber on was his daddy. His daddy was whooping his ass and playing with him.
Not even trying to kill him.
Not even trying to kill him. And then when he did actually go in, he was having a problem.
He lopped that boy's hand right off. Yeah, let me give you something to remember me by. Let me teach you some.
Yeah, let me show you ain't ready for this shit. Ah!
Let me show you how these things feel. It burns. Yeah. It's called a missing hand. Get used to it.
Yeah, not a remote, motherfucker. This is not a remote.
See, Obi-Wan didn't teach you that lesson.
And if you think about it, you have the benefit now of seeing the prequels and seeing the original trilogy. I don't think Luke could have took Anakin. No. If Luke had time travel, world between worlds, whatever the fuck you want to say, and had to go back and fight Anakin, Prime Vader, Prime Anakin, Luke would have got killed. Luke would have got killed. He would have got his ass whooped.
Ben would have dusted him. Ben would have dusted him. Goddamn Anakin would have dusted him. Mace would have just toyed with him, and Yoda would have just been flipping around and chopping him.
We already know he would have got fucked up by Mace. That just go without saying.
There's a reason why Mace. Listen, you were
Master of the Order. Master of the Order, Mace Windu. You not fucking around with Mace.
Hey, bro. You didn't argue with Mace, and you didn't argue with Mace in that hall, bro. That was somebody. Yoda had to keep calming him down. Windu, calm.
No, he calm as fuck. That's the problem. That nigga sitting there in the Jedi Council just lamping in his chair like.
Yep, always laying back, bro.
What you got to say? What you want to say?
Not yet. I'm ready. Not yet.
Sit your ass down.
Yep. Ooh, boy. And Anakin shut the fuck up when he told him that, bro. That must have said something, bro. Anakin said, "You know what? Man, you ain't ready. You ain't no master. Trust me. You want to find out how far you are with the masterhood shit? Go find a real master.
Don't make me get out this chair.
Don't make me get out
this chair. Look, I've told people before about how bad Mace was. You know, the only person that Mace spent a lot of time talking to was fucking Yoda.
That was it. That's all he talked to.
Those are the two. Grandmaster and the Master of the Order. They talked all the time. You didn't see them contradicting each other and stuff like that? Like, ain't fucking with this one because this is the battlefield general right here.
Yep. They balance each other out. They balance each other out on that. It was like they were the two polar sides of the Jedi Order, but they also understood why each other needed to be there. That's why when it came to the battling, that was Mace's field.
Mace was in the field because Mace was the battlefield general, and Yoda was the diplomat.
Yep.
And that's how they ran the order. That's why whenever you see something happening in the Senate, Yoda's there dealing with that shit.
Yep.
But when you hear battle plans and shit going down and Jedi's being sent out on missions and stuff, Mace is right there with that shit. He in it. Now, it doesn't mean that Yoda was not capable. He was. But Mace was that battlefield general. That's what the Master or the Order is. That's his job. And that's why they consulted with each other.
And that's the thing. That's the reason why it made sense for when Ben was like, when Obi-Wan was like, you need a master. The only master that that was best for the job was going to be Yoda. It was going. I mean, the one who trained, I don't know, umpteen amount of grandmasters. I mean, masters out there was Yoda. He learned from the original Force users. So that's why I understood holistically when you broke down Nezuko just beating up master samurais. Granted, when they break it down, they're like, hey, you never been in a death duel. These people been in death duels, but you can beat all of them. That's Mary Sue shit right there.
Mm-hmm.
That is a Mary Sue shit.
And that was the only part. Like I said, Blue Eye Samurai. That was the only part that was bothering me a bit.
Yeah, I like the rest.
These people have trained against other people for possibly years, possibly the same amount of time she has been training against no one, and just remembering dance steps and swinging on trees. I don't give a fuck what meteorite, strange metal swords you got outside of that. That will give you an edge, but you should not be dominating them that way. That's not how that shit works. I don't buy it. Don't buy it. I can't see anyone in the real world doing that. The motherfucker wanted to tell me, oh, you trying to inject real world stuff into an anime. Nigga, are you fucking serious?
Hey,
if it don't make no fucking sense, it don't make no fucking sense.
Like Obi-Wan told him, hey, I have the high ground. It's not going to work.
Oh, but wait. That would be injecting real world stuff into a fictional movie.
Oh man, he broke down straight physics. He's like, listen, Anakin, I get you a badass, but I have the high ground, dude. You jump up here, bro. I'm gonna chop you up.
Don't do it. I know what you're thinking. Don't fucking try it.
I know what you're thinking, little brother. I'm just gonna chop your ass up. I'm gonna bring you back to reality. Oh man, he used real world physics on him. He's like, hey, bro.
Detroit got the Optimus Prime up there. That's what's up. Yeah, he used some real world shit on him, and that was real. That was real world stuff injected into a fictional world, animated or otherwise. That's common sense. They don't get to be your refuge when you don't have a point to make. When the point you made is bullshit and can be kicked over like a kid with a Dixie cup.
You
be mad at me, motherfucker.
My military instructor said, we can give you the best gun, but that's not going to help your shot if you can't shoot for shit.
No shit.
You can get the best pool stick, but you don't know how to play pool. You can give Artisan a pool stick from Walmart or some shit. Hey, I'll still dog walk you. I've seen that shit happen.
I beat a lot of people with a house cue, warped or otherwise. I beat a lot of people with a cheap stick because I never thought how much money I spent on a stick made a difference to me playing. If I could play, I could play. My first sticks was cheap, $20 or more when I bought them. In the 90s. Didn't stop me from whooping motherfuckers' asses.
Right.
Not one day. Because it ain't about the money you spend, it's about the skill that you have. And how you develop that skill. And I developed that skill over losing a lot to people who are a lot better than me. And getting better from having to keep going against them constantly, over and over again. I got better. So Rainfire said, okay, now that Blue Eye Samurai is out of the way, when are they going to make a decent Yasuke movie about the real life badass African samurai? They made the anime.
They already made the anime.
Yeah, they already made the anime. It's in my intro. Them clips of that black samurai cutting the motherfuckers down, that's from the Yasuke anime.
Yeah, there's no need
made
to do
by
a
a black dude. You should probably look that shit up and watch it.
Yeah, there's no need to do a movie. And mind you, I think that was season 1.
It was season 1.
That was season 1. So if y'all really want to see more, you should go watch it and support it.
You should
That's how
actually support that shit. You should actually support it. That's why I watched it.
I watched it.
Found out who it was. Found out it was a black dude about a black samurai. I watched that shit immediately. Yep. And I'm like Detroit is saying, yes, it's on Netflix. Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's still on my queue. It's still on my list in Netflix. They take it out of there.
Y'all gotta understand, when like artists keep saying, like, which is free, hit the like. But at every quarterly, you know what I'm saying, you know what they go do? They go check to see what was being watched the most and what was being loved. And that's what they put their money into. Squid Games got love. Guess what they did? Oh man, we gotta do another Squid Games.
Squid Games got a lot of likes. On top of a lot of viewers. I still ain't watched Squid Game because I'm not a mass follower like that. But I still haven't watched Squid Game. Oh, that's awesome. That's what I heard. I still ain't watched it yet.
I remember.
But ain't nobody actually told me what the shit was about either. So some people just like watching people get fucked up. I don't find that overly entertaining if there's no story around it.
That right there is the point. That's why when Artisan keeps telling y'all, like, support, donate, it helps the content creator or the studios know, is this what you like? Does this work or don't work? Sitting there in the clouds and not doing it, y'all be wondering why. That was a good comment, but why didn't they make any more? Nobody bought the shit.
Nobody bought the shit. You didn't tell enough people that you liked it. Because Joe Quesada has mentioned this about Marvel before, that some stuff that was happening at Marvel that people was complaining about they didn't like, and they were asking him about it, why did it happen? He said, you made it happen. You didn't support that shit. That's why it happened. What you looking at us for? Look, they get the sales reports. If that shit ain't selling where they thought it was, it's over. It don't matter how much you liked it if you ain't said nothing and stand up and stomp your feet for the shit. Or you didn't buy it and didn't support it, they can't keep doing the shit. They're looking at the numbers. And if the numbers say the support is soft, they stop doing the shit. So you can't be mad like, oh, why'd they go away? That was really good. Did you do your part? Passing a good word of mouth? Because bad word of mouth spread like fucking COVID. On every breath.
Jason.
They don't waste no time in doing that. Everybody got out to see the bad complaints about Marvels, and half the motherfuckers ain't even watched the movie.
Marvels, Black Panther, shit. I was like, damn,
Blue
y'all even
Beetle,
watch?
Wakanda Forever, Indiana Jones. Name the people who've actually seen the shit.
I do that now. I usually ask people, like, could you tell me what happened after the 45 minutes? Man, there was just so much bullshit. Tell me. That's
what I told you. That's how you can actually check people on what they saw. Because, like I said, I don't mind freedom of speech. Right? Everybody has a right to say what the fuck they want to. But you have to know where the fuck they're coming from, too. So if they can't give you anything outside of the same standard 5 bullet points that everybody has been repeating, well, what did you actually have an issue with? What was your particular issue with it? Because I've already heard there was other people's 5 bullet points regurgitated ad nauseum. What are your actual complaints about the show? Did you actually watch it? The whole thing? Did you not? Okay, either way, if you didn't, then we ain't got much to talk about. You ain't got much to need to be heard. Because you ain't watched the shit. So what are you talking about? You can't tell me the same 5 points that somebody else said if you ain't watched it. How is that your criticism?
Yeah.
What are you, a fucking drone? That was the latest download of what you're supposed to feel? And that's what you're running with?
Yep. But I had to shut
You
somebody
sound like
down.
you're thinking adult. Sorry.
I had to know, bro. I had to shut somebody down on, oh man, they got all these wannabe Marvels, and I'm like, they're not wannabe Marvels. Like, Photon is not a new comic. It's been here
not
for
a
years.
new character.
She's been here for years, man.
Yeah.
And actually,
longer than Carol Danvers.
And shit, she's been doing some crazy busted shit by herself. Miss Miss Marvel. I get y'all. Oh man, cultural appropriation. Like, no, dude. Like,
no, it's not.
She's a kid, and literally, that's good that they show her with her family because there's not a lot of kids that get support from their family. If y'all knew, I mean, no offense to X-Men,
not in the comic book universe.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so the fact that her family was her support. I had to tell this one guy. I had to break it to him. I said, "Do you know how badly Peter wished he could have sat down with Uncle Ben and talked with him rather than talk to a fucking gargoyle? Do you know how bad Tony wished he could have probably talked to his dad about some of the tech and shit he did?
Howard.
Or, you know what I'm saying? Rather than become an alcoholic." Like some of these heroes wish they had a family actually to talk to.
Right. That's what they make. That's why they make their family out of the superhero community, because it's people who actually understand them that they can actually talk to them. Because at base, they still need that human interaction.
Facts.
They still need that human support. It may not be for validation, but it is somebody who can shoulder the burden of what you're dealing with, and that you can, have that sounding board to talk to people about. Because most of the superhero angst is not having somebody like that in your family, the people that you love, that you have to keep this part from them. If you go through your mind and think about all the superhero characters who have an intact family that knows they're a superhero and supports them, it's probably a short list.
Yeah.
Compared to the list of them that nobody knows this shit to this day.
And they put Aunt May through hell. God bless her soul.
It's like Batman put Alfred through hell.
Man, Alfred died with he died in pain because he was like, yo, I feel like I'm failing this kid, man. I'm supposed to be keeping him out of danger. I'm helping him go to the danger. And Alfred said that. Alfred felt like that. He's like, yo, like Alfred was the closest thing, and Bruce said it. That's the closest thing to a dad I have left.
Yeah, that was his father. Because after his father and mother was dead, Alfred was the one raising him and taking him on that journey to train him so he can go out there and do what he wanted to do, but still patch his ass up afterwards. Because Alfred was the doctor.
Yep.
Before Bruce got good enough to be stitching himself up. Alfred was the one patching his bruise and training with him. See, Batman wasn't sitting there in the cave punching that shit in the dark.
Nope.
He was training with an actual person who actually knew how to fight.
MI6, man. Alfred was doing some dark art missions.
Alfred was a motherfucker.
Everybody think he's just a butler, man. That ain't no record.
He a butler now, nigga. He a butler now. That wasn't what he was always doing. He wasn't born to buttle, okay? He wasn't born to buttle. He did some other shit first. Butler, it was what he decided to do at the end of
it. That was the thing. Fuck yeah. I think the closest family you probably will get, that's why I respect the Khan family, was the Reed family. Mm-hmm. I mean, literally, that's the strongest, most respected group. It's Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
they're a family.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't understand. Like, oh my God, they got these groups. They got the blacks. They got the the Indian Hindus, and I'm like, dude, like, there are a lot of minorities in comics that do a lot of shit. Like that. It's not just one group, man.
Well, that's why I don't get the all the cynicism. Right. And that's why I say you got to look at what these motherfuckers is complaining about. Not what they're telling you is it. What are they actually complaining about? What is the root behind what their problem with this shit is? Because apparently Pedro Pascal was all fine and good playing the Mandalorian. As soon as they announced him to be Reed Richards, now everybody got hate. Imagine that. What's wrong with him now? Same actor. It ain't been like a year later. But now you don't like his ass. Okay, why? Because he's possibly going to be Reed Richards. So fucking what? Does Reed have to be a white dude? I mean, I'm not on the diversity train. I'm not. But does he have to be a white guy? Like I said, as far as I know, he just need to be the smartest motherfucker in the MCU.
There are
Does
multiverses.
he have to be a white guy? I don't think his race, for the most part, is relevant in who he is as a character. It's not. One of the smartest people in the MCU is Blue Marvel, but his race is actually tied to that character because it's part of that character's story. So it is relevant. So you couldn't put Blue Marvel in a movie and turn him into a white dude. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. Because part of what he went through as Blue Marvel, part of his angst for his character was because, yes, he was super powerful. Yes, he was super smart. But as soon as all them racist folks saw he was black under that shit, they didn't want nothing else to do with his ass. No matter how many times he saved the earth. Yeah, we need to send this motherfucker on a suicide mission or something. But he got to go. He got to go. He got to go away. Can't have that shit.
Can't coming back too.
That was pivotal to his character. His race was part of what gave him his story. So you couldn't change that. Couldn't. It's not the same for Reed Richards. It's not. It just isn't. Fuck, Ben Grimm could be black. Wouldn't even matter. Only thing that would matter is y'all wouldn't believe that the motherfucker was an astronaut because he was black. Even though we've had black astronauts. See, that's why I say you got to look at these people and what their actual fucking complaints are.
Yep.
What point of view they're coming from that they're complaining about this shit.
Yep.
What's the actual complaint? Does Johnny Storm have to be a white dude? I like Michael B. Jordan. I got a problem with him playing on Black Storm. The Human Torch, the Black Storm. What's wrong with that? He's going to be fired most of the time anyway, right? So what difference does it make what color he is underneath it? He didn't have black flames coming off his ass, so what are you worried about? Just saying, some of this shit don't actually matter. I'm willing to accept some changes when it jumps media. I've said that many a fucking time. Some changes. If it's not taken away from the character. Making Reed Richards some played by a Latino actor is not really going to fuck up anything. As long as the Reed Richards character is still super smart and more involved in his fucking science than people, then it'll be consistent.
It was making sense to me, especially when in the Doctor Strange last movie, the way how he was acting. He was like, listen, he was trying to speak from a logical standpoint, like, hey, wait, like, like between him and Charles, hey, bro, why do they look like that? No, that's Reed would literally speak like that. Reed was not going to talk about no magic shit. Reed gonna talk about it from
a scientific. Magic. Yeah, he don't talk magic.
From a scientific standpoint. He's gonna look at it like, hey, like, look, man, we're gonna have to find a way to scientifically lock him up.
Yeah, we're gonna have to science this shit. We gonna have to science this shit because that's Reed. That's Reed shit. But since Malika mentioned it earlier in the show, think of Pedro Pascal playing Reed Richards. And then Luke Evans playing Dr. Doom.
Oh, shit.
That would be awesome. That would actually work. Because they would look like the same age.
They were colleagues. They were
colleagues. They were college roommates. Friends, if you were. That's why they still tied together in the comics as somewhat friends. And this is my godfather to my daughter. You go, what? Your greatest villain? Yeah, but it's Doom. But it's Doom.
It is Doom.
You would buy that. You can get some really good scenes out of that shit. Because, mind you, Pedro Pascal playing Joel in Last of Us wasn't getting a bunch of smoke, even though Joel was white. And you got this Latino dude playing him. That's why they fall back on the shit. Oh, I'm just seeing them in too much stuff. Shut the fuck up. If you like somebody, you don't give a fuck what they in. How many times they showed up? Pedro Pascal been acting for fucking years. Been in a bunch of shit. You ain't complaining about all of that. But now it's an issue. Right. That's the only thing you can find to fall back on, man, with that bullshit.
It made sense if a lot of people paid attention. Because I mean, when you look at it, one of the things about it I loved it about Doom. If y'all ever watch and read the comics and stuff, Doom didn't want to just beat Reed physically. He more so wanted to beat him intellectually. Like, ha ha ha, Reed can't figure this shit out. Doom, just shoot him. Hell no.
You ain't smart enough. Yeah, you ain't smart enough, motherfucker.
I want this motherfucker to see I'm smarter than him. Admit it, Reed.
Yeah, exactly. Admit it, motherfucker.
Like, I'm like, really, nigga? Are you?
Yes.
You blotted
That
out
is
the
Doom.
sun?
That is Doom's ego. That is Doom's ego. That's what I was. That's why I'm saying. If you got Luke Evans to play Victor Von Doom, that'd work awesome in a Secret Wars. You do that one scene from the Secret Wars where he's fighting Reed with the powers of the Beyonder. And Reed is tricking him into admitting what it is. He's like, yes, I want to. Yes, I would have gave the powers to you. Yes, I would have been better than you. Like, oh wait, what the fuck? What I say? Like, hey, you said it. Power's gone from you, man. We giving it to Reed now because that's all he wants. That motherfucker took over everything, held it all together. And what did he do? Made Sue his wife and his Reed's kids his kids. It just replaced Reed. It's like that's all he really wants. Jealous ass hater.
That's the ultimate Shane right there, man.
Ultimate hater. Dude.
That's the ultimate Shane right there, man. Like
the ultimate hater. I just want what you got, man. Like that's all.
That man just.
That motherfucker was something else, dude. That shit was awesome. That was an awesome story, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
I can see Luke Evans playing that part. I can. I can see Pedro Pascal playing a Reed Richards versus a Luke Evans Dr. Doom. That would work for me. It would. God. But all the rest of these motherfuckers getting all bent out of shape over that, and then Stephen Young playing Sentry and shit. I'm like, does it matter? Who gives a fuck about the Sentry anyway?
They just got to match.
You need your Superman in Marvel? Dude, Marvel got a bunch of these super characters like that. The only one anybody want to see is Blue Marvel, and I don't want them to do it because they'll fuck it up. I don't give a shit about Sentry being an Asian dude. What difference does it make? His race is not tied to what his issue is. So a crazy Asian dude would probably work. He wouldn't be rich. Wouldn't be a genius.
Blue, I already said that, man. I said, yo, bro, like, goddamn, Sentry's not even from our Earth. Like, he's
from Earth. He's from Earth. He's just crazy.
Oh, well, I guess he'll get
crazy as shit. And if you were watching, what is it called? It was on Netflix with Stephen Young and Ali Wong. What was that shit called? What's the name of the show? God damn, I'm just misfiring all day today. Need to call this misfire stream.
Does it happen you don't get your coffee?
It happens when I don't eat.
Ooh.
I haven't eaten and I didn't have my coffee. It was like Roll Rage or some shit like that, or I forgot what the title of that shit was. I gotta look this shit up. This is pissing me off that I keep having these fucking misfires, dude. This is fucking dumb. This must be what normal people feel like.
Oh, well, this must be your doom moment.
This must be what normal people feel like. I can't remember shit when it's called upon. What the fuck is that called? I don't see it. I'm looking through my fucking Netflix right now. Dun, 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 dun. This is the funny thing. When I tell you guys that how many shows and movies I'm backed up on to watch, if you had to scroll through my streaming list, Beef. Thank you, Beastly. What's up, Beast? Somebody watched the shit. Yeah, Beef. The motherfucker, Stephen Young was nuts in Beast, in Beef. He was kind of nutty. He was doing some crazy shit. So I would believe him being the Century for that reason. He Asian. At least he can grow his hair out long. He ain't blonde, but the fuck? Who cares? It's a Superman knockoff anyway. Why the fuck should I give a damn about that? Where the fuck is Beef? That's exactly what it was. Beef. And they was doing some crazy shit in that. There we go. Emmy nominee. Emmy nominee. It wasn't on my list. And Always My Maybe is funny. If you never see it. No Hard Feelings. I gotta check that out. Okay. He was doing some crazy shit in that Beef show. He was. And he was having like the motherfucking character was taking first episode, what is he doing? Taking back these damn propane stoves that he bought. He's trying to return them. We bought a bunch of them. You're like, why did he buy so many of these damn propane stoves? You find out later on the motherfucker was trying to kill himself. He was suicidal. Because he did something. He helped his cousin out that fucked up his family and had them lose their hotel and all this shit. And he was miserable about that shit. So he was trying to kill himself with the propane stoves in the bedroom and lighting them all off and letting the gas out. I'm like, motherfucker, what? What? Like, and that was just the start. It got crazier. Like, yeah, I could see him with a super suit on, playing this crazy ass dude that has his split personality is a whole hell of a superheroic problem. Yeah, I can see that happening.
Some of those guys can do that, I think, because I mean, when you see them do films like that and then transition into like the Century and stuff, it's like, yep, you're preparing for that. That's why going into the Century will work for him. Shane going from Shane to Frank Castle, we're like, yeah.
If Will Smith could grow locks, if Will Smith can grow some long, luxurious locks, some thin ones, right? So it could flap in the wind and shit like that. If he could grow some long locks, I would want Will Smith to play the Century in the MCU. Why? Because I think it's about time for Will Smith to start playing some villains so we can get out some of this angst about this bitch that's running around doing dumb shit.
That would help him.
And it would make people think about his ass a little bit differently. Like, oh, god damn. Somebody about to get smacked.
Listen,
he would throw himself into that role. He would throw himself into that role, and the Century would be scary, especially when he turned to the Void. Because if you've never seen Will Smith act dark, watch that Winter's Tale, where Will Smith is playing the devil, playing Lucifer. I played it on here before.
I gotta go check that out.
No, I'll play that shit right now. Because after that, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here so I can go watch this goddamn Godzilla -1.
Yeah, I know. I looked at Denzel differently after seeing Training Day and American Gangster.
He got a whole. Oh, that's why the numbers dropped. Angry Man went live. I didn't even get the notice that Angry Man went live.
Oh yeah, go handle that, bro.
No, I'm still here. I got to finish my shit.
But I would say that I would say there are some. I would say some people you have a great point when you're saying like when some people play into that role of you can't pull out the bad guy. She can't pull it off. That's why I get how some of y'all felt about a woman and the boys, but y'all forget some of the worst villains are gaslighters. They don't have to be super powered or goddamn out there throwing people around. Look at Amanda Waller. Everybody fears that bitch. and she's an old fat black woman.
Yeah. Rainfire said a century was supposed to be an actual biblical schizophrenic archangel of death. You can do a lot with that. I don't remember him being no biblical schizophrenic. He's a schizophrenic, but nothing biblical about it. Nothing biblical about it from the comic book. Unless that was something they put in later on. He was not a schizophrenic. He drank a solution that gave him the powers of 1,000 exploding suns. Nothing biblical. So this is the scene from Winter's Tale, which is a Colin Farrell, a homeboy. Fucking hell, dude! I am having so many goddamn brain farts. Russell Crowe. Forgot the chick's name that's in this, and this was a cameo where you don't know what's happening. So I'm gonna play this scene for y'all, and this is. Since I already told you ahead of time, this is Will Smith playing a little bit dark, which I would pay to see. That would probably resuscitate his fucking career, as far as I'm concerned, because he hasn't done it. It probably would be like Denzel doing Training Day. Say what you want, they finally gave him the Oscar because he played dark. Because he played dark.
Some people got to go that route, man.
Motherfucker. So here we go.
Hello, Burley.
Hello, Your Honor, sir.
Oh, of course.
First thing I said, what the fuck is
I'm here to request special dispensation regarding the boundaries of jurisdiction.
Proceed.
I'd like permission to travel north of the city, Your Honor.
Well, that is quite a request, Burley, considering what happened last time.
Well, you know, it was a misunderstanding.
Yeah. Well, Damon, let's get this over with. Burley Soames, Warden of Manhattan and the Five Boroughs, on what grounds do you make this request?
I've come to believe that a human is on the verge of using his miracle, which would be a formidable advancement for the other side.
Evidence?
The presence of guardian angels, Your Honor.
Keep an eye
the
on
white
the
dog at the east and Cecil Mature.
Shadow when he's talking.
What else?
Well, I've had a vision. A red-haired girl, drawn in a fugue with the blood of a virgin.
Burley, that could be anyone.
Okay, Lou, I mean, he's already been seen with a girl matching that exact description. She's dying.
And he loves her?
Purely, entirely, and with all his heart.
So you believe it is his miracle to save her?
I do, sir. Yes, Your Honor, I do.
A man's destiny is often not what it seems.
I understand that, sir. I do. I understand that, but I have a feeling about this one.
This is Will Smith acting with Russell Crowe. Just for context.
You trained him, picked him up off the street, the son he never had. Embarrassing, no?
Shit happens. Your Honor, I just need the permission to go north.
Denied. This one is too personal. Your prohibition from the Northern Territories is upheld.
Lucifer! I need to stop this one now!
Now, you have no idea what now is.
Holy shit, his shadow.
Now I was flying. Now I breathed fire and I ate them as they fled. Now I whipped my tail and the winds trembled. Now I am hidden in this pale shade of flesh and bone. Now I am witness to man's eternal salvation. Now I am witness to his demise. Do not speak to me of time, demon. Its simplest ebbs and turns elude your meager understanding. Find another way now!
He just needs to be a bad guy. They just need to like let him be a bad guy just for like one film.
He just needs to play a villain.
Yeah,
Just
let it get it out of the system.
Yeah, let him get it out. Let him get it out of the system, and people will show up to watch that shit. Put it this way: if you said, "Hey, Will Smith has got a new movie coming out," most people, fuck that. I don't give a fuck. He's
gonna be nice, else, all right? That shit.
And then they say, "No, he's in a new movie, and he is the villain." And then you get trailers of this motherfucker just going bad on somebody. You be like, "Holy shit, I might have to catch that." People will change. People will turn around like, "Oh, I got to see this," because he's never done that. It automatically turns into an event. Automatically turns into an event that they want to see, because that's what people was believing about him now, that he's just been this terrible dude for so long undercover. Okay, we'll give them their bread and fucking circuses. Let them get it out their system too.
Just Training Day. They looked at. I'll never forget that. Training Day. That's all black men talked about in the barbershop. Like, they looked at Denzel so differently. I mean, a lot of iconic black men got that out their system. Who's the guy who Vader's voice?
James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones. Go watch Conan. Famous speech. What would the world be without me? And I'm like, damn, this dude wearing a
power.
He had the boys. He had all the shit. He had women dancing butt naked in a cave and shit. I'm like, this is how I want to die as a king, just like him. Like, I just feel like you got to get that out your system one time. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, yeah, I would definitely do. I mean, his wife already played a bad. Well, she wasn't even acting in Gotham. She played a fucking a mob boss. So let Will rip. Let him loose. Let him just go out, be a bad guy, kill a few goddamn, civilians and shit. Do some. I mean, goddamn. If I can imagine y'all put him in the Batman, year one, the next one or some shit.
I wouldn't put him in Batman nothing. I wouldn't put him in Batman anything. You could put him in an MCU shit, but I wouldn't put him in Batman anything.
You think he could be a psychological movie?
It would have to be a psychological movie. Like Mad Villainy is saying, it has to be the right movie. Yeah, it would have to be the right movie. And the main thing is, Will would have to want to do it. He'd want to have to go there. He's built his career on being a black male protagonist, the hero, the guy that you root for.
The nice guy.
The nice guy that you root for, relatable. That's been his brand forever. That would break brand. Just like the slap broke his brand already. Right? It would be a departure for him. But I think he would, because he's such a good actor, I think he would actually get into it. If he found that kernel, that seed that he was really interested in, he would actually get into it. He would turn out a performance. I bet money he would turn out a performance you would be talking about forever. Bet money. Because if you can watch movies like Pursuit of Happiness, I Am Legend, 7 Pounds, Concussion, all these other movies that you really feel something for Will Smith, like, oh man, he just made me feel something. You mean to tell me you don't think that if he was playing a villain, you couldn't see that same intensity turned into a villain character? Fucking Robin Williams played a villain. That motherfucker was scary as shit. Scary as shit. And Robin Williams has been making me laugh forever. Since Mork and Mindy, motherfucker. He played a villain. I was like, oh shit. He's showing something completely different right now.
That showed range.
That shows range. But everybody has it in them. It's what you tap into and what you use for that shit. The way Will acts, he would get into that shit. You'd probably have a hard time not having him play villains after that shit. Especially if it popped. He did the gay shit. He did the hero shit. What's left?
Let him go. Let that anger out that he feels for his family, the world, Jada.
Use that shit. Yeah, use that shit.
Let him tap in. Let it crack it out. It's sad that that's the most when they always start taking us serious when we let that demon out. And I mean,
Rainfire said Will might actually call the other actor Jada. Look, somebody out there, some black person out there who been watching Will Smith from growing up, some screenwriter out there, look, you writing a story, you want to write a movie for Will Smith, make him the villain and make the lead character's name Jada. The chick is named Jada. And then present it to Will Smith. But it has to be a good script. No bullshit. It has to be a good script. Yeah, make the character named Jada. Let him help him. This is therapy. This is an intervention. Help him get that shit out. I'm gonna get that out.
That'll be the best.
Bet you get a performance you'll never forget. I bet you will.
Be the best therapy. I mean,
yeah, that'd be good for him. That'd be helping him. You'd be doing him a service. Help your fellow man. Help your brother out.
One of the most iconic black villains we have is Lawrence Fishburne. No, it's not. I'm like, no, dude, we all still believe that's Ike. We all still believe that motherfucker is Ike. Yeah. I thought that was I didn't even know what Ike looked like. I just thought Lawrence Fishburne was Ike.
Lawrence Fishburne is Ike Turner for anybody else. It's like Danny Glover is Mr. Like, look at that's Mr. That's Danny Glover. He's been in a lot of good movies. No, that's Mr. Oh, bitch, please.
and so that's when you know they and I mean from that's amazing. I mean, but those type of generation of actors, you know, they're getting older now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They're getting older. Danny, he's like, I'm on the beach now with my young 30-year-old. Hey, I did my shit. I did my Lethal Weapons. I played the villain. I played an honorable granddaddy.
Shit, he played a villain in a couple of movies. Danny Glover is a shady ass villain.
Yeah.
He a shady ass villain when he played villains. He's shady as fuck.
So Danny's done his time and showed you a great range of don't fuck with black men. Lawrence has already done shown it from teaching goddamn white guys and all emos y'all can thank Morpheus. Y'all got y'all pill philosophy. Y'all can't do it without Lawrence Fishburne. Like I will cry when that man leaves. I will cry for that man because that man, you won't have a Boys in the Hood without Lawrence Fishburne.
No, you won't have no Furious Styles without Lawrence Fishburne. You won't. There's a lot of movies like King of New York. He was a villain in that. He was a drug dealer. And it was a kind of comical role, but he was in there doing some grimy shit. He's played a lot of roles. I've seen a lot of his movies. You don't get deep cover without Lawrence Fishburne. You don't.
He literally had the Hobo King.
And wait a minute. Jeff Goldblum was kind of a dirty motherfucker in that.
You called that name. Woo! Right. Go down that train path.
Woo! Shit. Somebody I liked, all of a sudden he playing dirty and grimy. Felix is a rat. Felix is the rat. What the fuck? Well, if you don't, you know, she's on your head. Like, this motherfucker was a whole lawyer turned into a whole criminal all of a sudden. Like, yeah, you gonna die. And this bitch gonna die too. Like, woo, shit, yeah. King of New York, Christopher Walken. Christopher Walken and then Deep Cover. Check those two out. Some good classic movies right there.
I just feel
like Fire said his early movies, 6 degrees of separation, not 7. 7 degrees of separation was kind of a villain scam artist. Anybody could get it. Yeah, that was actually based on kind of a true story. It was. Scamming people. Scamming people is a little bit different because you're trying to make them think that you're nice. I want him to play a villain where you do not think he's nice.
Morgan Freeman.
There's no misunderstanding about him being nice. No, the fuck he ain't.
Morgan Freeman.
I'm come up at the last minute. God damn it! I'm trying to get out of here now. Now you want to jump up here?
Morgan.
I'm bad. If you're getting off,
what's up, Beasley?
Hold on. I'm gonna give you your props. I'm just saying. What up, Beasley?
Oh, not much, man. I apologize if you get on late. I was been dealing with a sick kid all morning.
Oh,
So
no worries. You got to deal with what you got to deal with. The only reason I was getting antsy is because I went ahead and got my ticket for Godzilla, and it starts at 3:35, so it's 2:30 here.
Godzilla -1.
Yeah, Godzilla -1. So Lion was making sure he was asking me about that shit because he wanted to see a reaction, and I wanted to see the movie. So since it was slowing down in the chat and people was dipping out of here, I found out why, because Angry Man was live. I was like, well, it's a perfect time for me to go ahead and get to my goddamn movie.
Yeah. I don't want to interfere with that because I wanted to go see it, and then they just dropped the damn new trailer for Godzilla X King Kong New Empire. They just dropped the trailer. I was
Did
like,
they?
fucking, yep.
Let me see. Let me find out.
Godzilla gets power up.
He should.
That was gonna happen.
Oh, New Empire. Here we go. There's the trailer. This has been the trailer show, Beastly. So thanks for dropping it on me. I'm gonna bring this bitch up right now. All right, fair use. I didn't say that the last couple of times, but we all on screen talking about this shit, so YouTube shouldn't have too much of a problem, even though they still will because it's a small black channel. They like doing that shit. Just saying. So let me bring this shit up. We can review this trailer real quick. And then I'm gonna have to get out of here so I can go see this Godzilla fucks over Japan movie. And look at this. Look at this. It's like 4 times y'all saw me do this. This is routine. This is not for show. Routine. Click on the video to watch it. Hit a like. If it sucked after you watched it, you can hit the down.
For most of human civilization, we believed that life could only exist on the surface of our planet.
Don't tear up the pyramids. What is this? Devastator?
What else were we wrong about?
Welcome to my world. Won't you come on in?
This world has more secrets than we could possibly imagine.
Miracles I get. Still remember now and then.
What is that?
That's not Kong. What could have done this?
Kong can't stop this on his own.
He won't be alone.
Welcome to my world.
Is that a mini Kong?
Well, it ain't Diddy Kong Racing, I can tell you that much. It looked like some fucking Planet of the Apes meets Godzilla. Meets Transformers. He got a metal brace on his arm. What happened? He got his shit broke.
I don't know, man.
Wait a minute, I just saw Rise of the Beast. What the fuck is that? I just saw Rise of the Beast. Why does this monkey have a metal hand? Yeah, Jeff Goldblum did go dark after that divorce. Yeah, Gina Davis did.
I'm definitely going to have to check into more of that because that's why I enjoyed the Kongverse because I enjoyed it when they went down there into the journey to the center of the earth. If you ever read the book, shout out to some of us who read, and they found out, wait, Kong, y'all had a whole kingdom down there, like a throne, and somebody made weapons. Like, what the fuck were your monkey parents doing, fighting goddamn Godzilla's, shit? So, I mean, damn. I mean, like I said, man, so many projects to work on, and yeah, that makes sense to me. That Godzilla, you don't get to be the top without evolving. That's shout out to the Japanese dude. He was like, hey, bro, if you're the apex predator, dude, naturally you're going to keep evolving. They kept nuking Godzilla,
powering his ass up. Like the motherfucker was made out of radiation. Like you gonna keep hitting him with it? Whatever, you get what the fuck you get there. I want to try something else, like a sedative. That's what calmed his ass down. When that motherfucker came back, Red Eyes Black Dragon, I'm like, all right, whatever the fuck.
Yeah. All right. What's
up, Ray?
Because I think they have a show. They have a show called. I have to look. I think they got a show out. What's the group that looks up? I think they showed themselves at the end of the Transformers universe.
Fucking G.I. Joe.
No, but they keep track of all the monsters. They keep track of all the monsters and everything.
Oh, that's the Monarch. Is it Monarch in this legendary franchise? I think it's Monarch.
They're supposed to be tying the Monarchs that keep track of the Transformers and the Joes and everything. Like they're supposed to tie them all in to the same universe.
Yeah, but it's not called the Monarchs, and it's not the Monarch group in the Transformers and G.I. Joe shit. Because the last Transformers movie was just trying to hook together G.I. Joe and the Transformers together, but it wasn't the Monarch group. The Monarch group is in the Legendary Pictures monster stuff.
I can appreciate. Right. Thank you for that. Like, I know the Monarchs are supposed to be getting their show, which is going. I'm geeked out, ready for that. But I'm big on looking at pyramids and Stonehenge and all that shit. So they're telling me, oh, those are like prisons to hold down
secret histories of the planets.
Right. I used to love that shit. Me and my dad used to watch that like crack. So if they're telling me that, hey, these pyramids are holding down monsters and shit, and hey, loosen them up, man. Let them out. Let them tear up.
Well, after that last Kong versus Godzilla movie, I actually like the fact that they went to that Hollow Earth shit, and then there was a whole new world to explore down there. And this is just a movie going back there. That's all it is. It's the movie going back there so you can explore a little bit more. I thought that was interesting. Right? Well, didn't make it an awesome movie, but I thought it was interesting because they did have Mecha Godzilla in there for a hot minute, which I think he should have still been kicking their ass. But whatever. I'm willing to watch. I'm willing to watch the monsters, get it in and kick each other ass, and then you got Godzilla and Kong getting a little upgrade for the next movie, and they fighting, I guess, another not Kong, but another fucking beast that's down there. He's been in charge, and like, hey, he's just coming back. I'm still in charge. So I guess we're gonna see what's what.
Yeah, so basically what it is the backstory is that big ass red ape, which is actually bigger than Kong, is the cause of the Godzilla and Kong war. They said that creature caused it between them because that was the original king of the monsters. And he made all the monsters fight each other.
That's why he's sitting on his throne, laughing like I am not entertained.
Yeah, and like if you notice that little spinal cord thing that was wrapped, that bones that was wrapped around, that's his whip. So he has a whip, and he controls. They said based on because the fucking plot of the story got leaked, there's actually a greater threat down there in the Hollow Earth that thing can control. So that's the team up. The reason for the team up.
Is that is something bigger down there? Yeah, it got to be something bigger than them. Okay.
Yeah, it's something much bigger, and that's why it's going to require them to work together. So this is going to be interesting.
It is because I'm fine with that. I think the old Toei movies there was one where Godzilla and Kong worked together, but I think they were fighting against Monster Zero. Ghidorah or some shit.
Yeah.
So that's fine. That happened, before, so it's going to have to happen again eventually. Like they team up, so I'm fine with that. Like I can get these hands in this atomic breath. But that's a perfect combination. Like Godzilla got the atomic breath, but he got little hands, man. But that's what Godzilla coming there, give him what for? They give him that right and left.
He got that big ass axe too. So now he gonna come through chopping.
And he got an axe. Boy, that motherfucker rolling in there and all like Optimus Primal and shit. Like so.
What Legacy Pictures be doing is a lot of the backstory and shit and the mythology of the world comes from you got to read the damn comic books. I'd be like, fuck, can't y'all just put this in the movie? Why I gotta go do all this backtracking?
Nope. Nope. You got that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I referenced Journey to the Center of the Earth. Like that's originally that actually made my son. I said, "Oh, that's the center of the Earth," and little he was like, "Huh?"
Me too, man. I'm waiting for King Ghidorah. I named my Pokemon that shit.
Right. Like it's I know it sucks sometimes, but sometimes this should also want to encourage people like to want to go read. Like the guy who was talking about Yasuke, the samurai. Well, same time when it came out on Netflix, they were offering the audiobook and the paperback book to go read it.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody wanted to go read the books. They just wanted to watch the anime. And I'm like, well, shit. Like
your history, do your research.
Yeah. So that way, he's a made-up samurai. No, he's a real guy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Guy.
Photon, she's not new. She's a comic. She's actually been there for a while. Like
right. That was the point I was making with Black Bane yesterday. We were talking about movies and we talked about the Marvels. I said, I don't understand why there was so much hate for one movie with two characters you ain't actually seen before. It's the first time. They didn't generate all that hate for themselves. They couldn't have.
Brie Larson did that on her own. But
that was great. That was their version of Captain Marvel, which they tried to turn around a little bit in the movie.
Yep.
So you can't really hate on Monica Rambeau and Kamala Khan. They didn't do shit. They just showed up to the party.
Yep.
They just showed up to the party. What are you upset about? Can't have that much hate for them, especially if you didn't watch the shows neither one of them was in. What are you mad about? Because it's just women? Nigga, get over yourself.
People try to complain about Luke Cage. Why are they making him a bad guy? Well, Luke Cage was a boss. He was a mob boss at some point. Like that was in the books. He had dealt with some people that had to like, hey, Luke, you're getting out of control.
Yeah. Rainfire, I wondered that as well. If he said, I wonder if they're going to throw in the gimmick of Kong getting strength and energy from a lightning/electricity. That was how he beat Godzilla in the old Versus movie. Lightning into the face for a power-up. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I think that's probably why they gave him the hand. Like if they find some way to say, hey, Godzilla got his hand bit off and they put a goddamn prosthetic on and shit, how do I knock out?
It just looks like he got a brace. He got a power knuckle on. That's all it is.
I'll be fine with that.
Punch motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I'll be fine with that. I'll be like, okay, I get it.
You know, like Crossbones in the fucking Avengers movie. Like,
well, look, they have a prequel comic coming out because that trailer dropped yesterday for the prequel comic. So they'll probably explain what the hell is going on in the prequel comic as to why he got that. So I'm rather gonna have to go read that and figure that out. Like I had to go do the other shit.
Good luck with that, because usually those fucking comics are shit, but they don't sell for anything.
It's a Kickstarter.
Right.
It's some
Mad
Kickstarter.
Villainy said, did Kamala Khan have her own show previously? Yes. Ms. Marvel's show was Kamala Khan's show. And if you have a teenage girl, 15-year-old teenage girl, you'd probably understand what was going on in the show. You'd see it wasn't that damn silly for a 15-year-old girl, especially in this day and age. I mean, what else you expect her to be doing? Sucking dick? Come on, man. Come on, bro. I didn't know what happened to Luke in the comics, but I did like it. I didn't know that happened to Luke in the comics, but I did like it. Yeah, it happened to Luke. Luke was a crime boss for a little while. It's Harlem, man. Yep. It's Harlem.
And he got fucked over by his own friend. His own friend screwed him over, took his woman. I mean, Luke went through it, man. Luke went through it.
We've been through it. We still go through it because him and Jessica Jones be having custody shits with their kid.
Woo! You wrong for bringing that up, boy. But Jessica,
you're supposed to be out the city. She's supposed to be out the city, not close to their child. Luke found her ass there, came and ripped the door off the car. Like, the fuck you doing here, Jessica?
No, he done called her out plenty of times on the street, man. They arguing right.
The motherfucking got super. You better at least stay out of that shit. Yeah, King Kong rocket punch. Yeah, he gets that Hulkbuster punched. Anyway, let me go ahead and get out of here, y'all. I got to get to this movie.
All right, bro.
2:47. So be looking for a reaction for the Godzilla -1. I'm gonna go look and see some shit getting tore up. I expect. So Lyon actually suggested this, so I'm gonna go check it out. Sorry you got up here late, Beastly, but I will catch you on the next one.
Gotcha. Peace.
I know everybody got other shit to do. But I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Thank you to Beastly Nerd and BMT coming up, sharing their voices and conversation. Little points with the brother up here. What did Lion say? There's a new storyline started called Gang War, features Luke Cage as the mayor. That might be good. Might be interesting. I don't know how he got to be the mayor, but that'd be interesting. But thank you guys for coming up today. We did not make anywhere close to go. Well, we got close. It was a third of the way to the goal today. But it is what the hell it is. I know times it's tight. Your boss is crazy. The guy that works with you is so damn lazy. Y'all old school. Y'all understand what that is. But I'm going to get out of here and go see this Godzilla movie. Thank you guys for showing up today. Appreciate you. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. This was Shop Talk Live. I do this every Sunday, 11 until. Where we talk about geekdom, life, YouTube, and everything in between. I'm artisanmc, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.